Hello, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. So, first, I am going to welcome. We are doing a combined show today because Suni wanted to do a show. I wanted to do a show. So, we are just going to join forces. So, let's welcome Miss Suni, the middle child.
Hi, guys.
I told him we're
Oh,
doing a
this is
combined show since we had
we
already.
picked the same tone.
Yeah. So, I said, well, we're just joining forces today. Let's welcome some of our guests. A few of our guests are going to be a little late, and we're going to combine shows. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the impeachment process that happened today, and I also wanted to talk about Joe Biden's 52 executive orders. We're at 52 right now, so we'll talk a little bit about that. Suni, what did you want to talk about? I know you wanted to do a fun show.
Yes. Hashtag Gorilla Glue.
Oh, hell no.
I can't tell you. You have to react to it live.
Okay. Okay, I'm down for it.
Gorilla Glue. Oh my God. My stomach hurt. That's all I'm going to say. I was crying.
So let's welcome Austin to the screen.
Hi, guys. Hi, Suni.
What's happening?
And let's welcome D'Antonio to the screen. John Tisha and Chris are going to join us. They were running a little bit late. So we'll pop them on when we go on. Do you want to do Gorilla Glue first, or do you want to talk about impeachment stuff first?
I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
I'll let you lead. Go ahead. Let's go. I'm here for it all.
I need to hear the Gorilla Glue react. I really do, because I saw it for the first time today. I didn't see it yesterday, so Suni, I need to hear it from you first, because I haven't heard it.
I don't even know what it is yet. So,
all right. I'm just going to play the video. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I will play the video and I'll play different clips. I can tell you that every day I wake up, there is just a new level of dumb that emerges in our country. That's my husband. And I'm just keep a band, right? Somebody was like, yo, did you hear about Gorilla Glue? Actually, Casey told me. I'm like, no, what about Gorilla Glue? Some girl put all this, she put Gorilla Glue and glitter in her hair because she wanted to do a style. So I was like, you want to know what I said for real? I was like, man, I can't believe white people doing crazy shit like this again. Okay? I'm black. Racist. I don't like weird shit in my hair. I'm damn sure I'm not about to put on Gorilla Glue in my hair. And then when I watched the video, it made me cry. And I shared it with you because I couldn't believe my eyes, man. I just can't.
You shared it on.
I understand when yeah, it's on yours. Wait, let me make sure I shared the audio. People are so dumb. Oh, America. Oh, please help us, Lord.
Hey, y'all. For those of y'all that know me know, my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it with a little Got to Be Glue spray, just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be Glue spray, so I used this.
Oh, hell no.
Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. Y'all, look, my hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I've washed my hair 15 times and it don't move. Stiff wear. Woo! My hair. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this. If you ever run out of Got to Be Glue spray, don't ever use this unless you want your hair to be like that.
Oh, my.
Watch. Look,
Uh.
look, y'all. Look. You wipe it off and nothing happens. Like this is the life that I'm living at this point. Like this is the life that I guess.
Hey, bro. She said her hair like this. She said my hair's been stuck like this a month. I washed it 15 times and I can't get it out. She thought she could get Gorilla Glue out with shampoo.
Well, she's suing now. I didn't see. This is the thing. I didn't see the story. I saw the story about her suing about using Gorilla Glue in her hair. So I mean, I don't. Now it's all together. Gorilla Glue, the official glue of the WNBA.
Bro.
Hey, it's so her hair is not even gonna be able to grow then. So she
better use some acetone in that bitch.
Yeah, she screwed.
Was there nobody there that told her maybe this isn't the best idea? Nobody?
That's over for her. She's done.
What are they putting in her hair?
Acetone.
That's what I said. They better put acetone in that bitch.
That's something that a child would do.
Goof off. They should put Gooby Girl on.
So she got to cut all her hair off. Well, she's doing a big chop. She could try to use clippers.
Her name is Tessica.
No,
is this a tranny?
She looks tranny-ish. She has man-like features.
Oh, Lord, help me. Listen,
Mom.
this bitch put Gorilla Glue in her hair. She
But
put
you know what?
Gorilla Glue in her hair. Gorilla Glue. The glue that you put on wood and metal and everything. And it does not, I'm pretty sure it says do not eat or put on your skin. And she has to be black.
Look at these two.
Damn.
How y'all doing, man?
I bet you any money. You ever see that it's a gel that they use, a lot of Hispanics use it. It comes in like yellow, blue, green. It's called like Moco de Gorilla. Like it's called gorilla snot, basically. I bet you she thought that's what the fuck that was.
I mean, not for this to sound mean, but if you look at her with no hair, she kind of looks like Will Smith. A little bit. She's Jaden Smith. She's like a young Will Smith, like a Men in Black Will Smith. Very handsome. She looked like
Dwayne Wade's daughter's son.
Look at her hair, bro.
No, you can't say that, bro. You can't say that. See, now I'm gonna get banned.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Wade,
I don't want to get nobody banned. I just did 30 days in the Facebook penitentiary. So
is it possible though that maybe she did this for the lawsuit though? Do we think that there's somebody humanly possible to think that spraying on glue right onto your head would be even remotely a good idea, or do we honestly think that she's just really that stupid?
I think she's stupid.
Look, I might touch some nerves, and I'm sorry. Okay, these are just my opinions, and I don't mean any harm.
Disclaimer:
when you have contacts in your eyes that are not your eye color, and you got butterfly fucking eyelashes that look like this, and you're gonna fly away, okay? And you got all types of clown shit going on with you. I think it's safe to say that she thought the glue would be okay.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I was just asking.
Hey, did you see me fluttering my eyelashes though? I was like, don't come for me, girl.
Again, the shaved head look good for her. I mean, I think she looks like a young Will Smith. I mean, and that's an upgrade, I think, from the mannish. She has mannish looking features. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Use it, girl. Get it, girl. You know?
I'm just like, girl. I'm telling you, I bet you her ass got some Hispanic friends. And she thought that Gorilla Glue was that gorilla snot. Words matter. And she put that shit in her hair like, oh, it holds it for them Mexicans.
Hey, it stayed like that for her hair stayed like that for a month.
I'm telling you.
I got Gorilla Glue in my hair. It don't
Why
move.
you lie?
You think she got a man, or do you think she had a man and she didn't have
No,
a
she's
man after
single.
that? She's single.
She's a single mother. That's a baby
She got
mom.
she got
Oh.
a it.
No, you know what? I bet you she got a man. You know what?
She got something.
I bet you her shave. I bet she had to shave her head off, and I bet you she gives no fucks. You know why I know that? Because if you know anything about got to be glue, it's to put on wigs. It's an adhesive. You put it on, and you blow dry it, and it keeps your wig stuck nice so it looks snatched. So she don't give a fuck about the hairstyle. I'm telling you, she's gonna bust out them wigs. She's gonna look snatched.
Well, Chelly, hold on. Maybe this is a point where we could say maybe it's toxic masculinity when we assume that gorillas are strong, right? Maybe it was. Well, I didn't know that the glue was strong. I mean, gorillas are strong. I mean, maybe that's not okay. I guarantee you that might be a narrative out there. Well, I mean, saying gorilla glue. I mean, what? So how does that mean that it's strong? Gorillas aren't strong. That's toxic masculinity. How dare you?
Someone said I got the voodoo cup, but this is just water today, you guys. This is water, I promise. Shayna says she got some soul glow.
Bruh.
Hey,
This lady needs surgery to get this stuff removed, okay?
Does she?
Good Lord. Yeah.
Is there like more videos?
Yeah. It's a shit ton of videos on this.
Is that serious?
This is serious. I wish Tessica. Her name is Tessica.
Not to be mean either. Can we assume that Medicaid is going to be paying for this surgery? You know, just throwing that out there. You know, probably most likely.
You are too quiet. This is hood ratchet shit behavior.
Classy, bougie.
Her name is Tessica.
I think it's a he.
I think it's unique. I like it. I don't know why you're hating, Sunni. I love it. I mean, if I could change my name to Tessica, I would. I think it's, it's like a Mexicatessen. You ever been to a Mexicatessen? You know, it's a delicatessen that serves Mexican. It's it's unique.
I can't.
It's
Anyways,
unique.
that was hilarious. I was just gonna sit there and laugh my ass off about this shit. I just want to know why. Like, what prompted you upstairs to say, "Damn, this might be cool if I put Gorilla Glue in my hair"? You couldn't even read the ingredients. Like, you couldn't read the back of it before you just put stuff on your skin.
Especially if you know what
far lost.
I mean, although her hair is stuck to her head, the sheen, ladies and gentlemen, on the top of that head is immaculate. You can't get that out of coconut oil. So, I mean, if you look at, the flip side, it looked great. Come on, Sunni, stop it. Hating on this young woman who's just trying to live her life.
How old was she?
I have no idea. Woman who put Gorilla Glue in her hair will need 20 hours of plastic surgery.
And who's paying for that?
Oh, she got a GoFundMe account.
I think taxpayers are going to pay for it.
No,
Is that GoFundMe worthy? Now, is that GoFundMe worthy? I put glue on my own head and I was stupid.
And you know what? Look. Google is going to defend her right now. This is why do not trust Google, people. Now, I was trying to show you guys what the gel for hair looks like. Look at what when I put up. It's literally called Gorilla Snot for hair. When I Google it, I'm gonna share it with you guys.
Oh, never mind.
Look what shows up. This is the one she used. This one right here, but this is what showed up, and it says clear spray. This is what people use, and I tell you, it's called moco is snot, basically in Spanish. I bet you she thought that it was this.
So she got the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people that use this shit, and this shit holds your hair your hair will not move. I mean, not like her, not like this, obviously, but
If you use that, can you wash it out?
this stuff, yes. This is like, it's like a gel, but it's like it super sets. It super sets. I'm half Mexican, and a lot of Mexican people have like that real straight hair. Like it will never push back. It will never do anything unless you use this shit. This will style your hair any way you want. But look, when I this is what I Googled. Gorilla Snot for hair, and look what showed up first.
Can we just look at the ingredients of Gorilla Glue really quick? Can I pull that up?
Listen, I think she deserves millions of dollars from the Gorilla Glue company
I hope
for
they
false
laugh at
advertising.
her in court. That's what I hope. I hope they laugh at her in court.
He said, I hope they laugh. You want me to look up the ingredients?
I'm looking it up now.
She crazy.
This is why we need to embrace natural hair, okay? And I'm being so honest about this. When you put all this shit in your hair, bro, if you gotta glue something to your scalp to make something else stick on top of it, that probably means it shouldn't be there. Especially if you got to glue it down. Put some braids in your hair. Dread your hair. My hair is completely natural. I have not had the creamy crack in probably almost over 10 years. I don't use that anymore. Why? Black women, you're causing so much destruction to yourself. Good God. And you want other people to value you when you don't even value yourself. What's on it? What's in here? I can't find the ingredients. Let me see.
So is what she done considered? Is that considered self-hate?
In my opinion, yeah.
Well, she didn't do it on purpose, though, right? She said that she didn't know that was going to happen, so she's just dumb.
I don't
Right?
know, bro.
Hey, when
I mean,
you
it
look at her
says
eyes,
super
when you look at her eyes and look at them eyelashes, that wasn't a mistake. I think it's self-hate. She was not pleased with the color of her eyes that God has gave her. She wasn't happy with the length of her eyelashes. That is self-hate. She probably a coon.
There's my
That's what
buddy.
it says.
Okay. Heavy. Look, let's read it. Clear spray adhesive. Okay. Heavy duty. Dries permanent. Permanent. She knew
Reading
it was
is a skill.
good. God. It
Reading
ain't even
is a
says
skill.
warning, cancer and reproductive harm.
Oh.
So this obviously could cause a whole bunch of damage, human consumption. And I'm sorry, rubbing on your skin is human consumption because it goes straight into your bloodstream.
But if I put it on my head, my hair won't let it go through my body.
My scalp ain't gonna suck all them toxins in.
That could have been the logic. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
You can't help her, Austin. You just can't. You can't. I feel a bit
Does it
sorry for her
form?
if she didn't actually know it was Gorilla Glue and thought it was some other stuff. See, y'all giving her the benefit of the doubt, but that's just straight up stupidity. Any grown person, Shelly, are you gonna put anything on you when you're not sure of the effects of if you read glue, are you gonna put it in your hair?
Hell to the no. To the no.
Okay.
Well, wait a
And it
minute, though.
says
Isn't there?
Gorilla
Well,
Spray
to be
adhesive
fair,
from
though,
the
aren't there
permanent
products that are glues that you put glue
Yeah, but
in
it
the
says hair glue.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So so that's definitely different. Yeah.
Right.
Like the Gots to be glue that she was first showing. That's what they use at hair salons. It's made for hair to like attach wigs and stuff. But this shit clearly says.
Does doing something like this make you lose custody of your children? Is this something where like DCF says,
No.
well, no, I'm
You could be
serious. Wait a minute.
adult. You could be
That was a
adult
serious.
and that's how much you lose.
That was a serious question, though. I mean, if you do something like that as an adult, right, and clearly that's something that 99.9% of the American population, well, who knows? This is America today. But the point is that isn't that something that's like red flag? Like maybe this person isn't too right in the head, and that's why my point is, who knows? Maybe she did this for the lawsuit. Maybe she did this for the publicity, right? Stupid shit that they know is going to get online, that's going to get views, that's going to make money. I don't count that out. I only say that, guys, because look at the Super Bowl, the streaker. That guy, right, made a bet. Suni, you know the story, right? You know where I'm going with this. That guy made a bet, right? And he was the streaker and went on, and he had another friend that went on the fields, and they cleared out. I think it was over $100,000. But look at that. That was kind of pre-rigged, and then, you know, there's a payout there. So who knows? Maybe she did this for publicity, but really she looks stupid. And the fact is the media companies are giving her the coverage, right? So everybody, she's getting her face everywhere. So no matter what, she's going to get paid. So really, good for her. I don't know. That's the American dream, right, today, folks?
She probably does have children, and they probably. No, I ain't gonna say nothing about nobody kids.
I didn't mean to insinuate she has children, but she's a beautiful looking Will Smith, and I believe, you know, so.
Hey, look, somebody said it best. Lacey?
I think she looks more like Don Cheadle.
What did she say?
That's RuPaul. I'm sorry. Don't give her that much credit.
Whose comments, Winnie?
Lacey at 950. She said, where did she buy the Gorilla Grip from? Did she go to the store and buy it, or buy it offline? Because if she went to the store and bought it, she couldn't have got it from the hair product aisle. Thank you.
True.
Or it could be what Shelly said, and she thought it was a gorilla snot and it was going to come up out her hair. But even then, that's reckless. You only get, like, you just get one you. You just get one. I don't know. Stop altering yourselves, man. It really, like, breaks my heart to see when women do that. And I'm not talking about all women, because there's some women that just enjoy doing makeup. But when you just when you take all that shit off and you don't look like you, that's scary. That is completely scary. I've never worn makeup a day in my life. I don't even feel comfortable wearing it. I'm pretty sure if I put makeup on, I wouldn't look like me. I don't think, especially when you look at how much these people be changing when they do all this, what is it called? Changing your bone structure, contour and shit. As false advertisement.
Did you guys ever see that?
I'm tatted. I got tattoos everywhere. I got them on my back. I got tattoos.
Did you guys see that one video? It was like a skit. And the guy's like with this girl, she's like banging. She looks like badass, right? So they get to like a room or something, and she starts taking stuff off. Like literally took her wig off. She winds up taking all this stuff off, pops even her leg off. But it was like a joke. It was so fucking hilarious.
You're talking about Lala Milan.
She looked wrecked. Like straight wrecked.
What'd you say, Tonio?
I forgot what did I say?
I don't know. Somebody asked me about tattoos, and I said I have them. I think tattoos.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I don't have anything. Most I have is just this piercing in my ear, and that's it. I don't have anything. I'm so not of society today. I've never been high. I've never been drunk. I never had sex.
I wish I could say that.
Did you just say
you never had sex?
Yeah, I've been to church
every
Sunday.
Shit, you got 2 kids?
No, I've donated my yeah.
So you've never had sex at all? I don't believe you. You're full of shit right now.
I determined that is a lie.
I don't think there's any women in the world that would want to be with me anyways.
I don't know. Fun fact, me and my husband we were each other's first. Just saying.
I was my first. It was lovely. Good old times. Like,
bruh, I got a kid. I don't even want to think about that.
Did he just say he was his own first?
Yeah.
Him and Rosie Palm. Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters.
I think we all were. No, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? My first time, it was interrupted by an older brother of mine who's acting like a bia. He's 11 months older than me, and he went and decided it was a good idea to tell on his little brother for getting him some twat.
Dang.
Yeah, who does that? It's like he went and told him. Like, yeah, he did.
He's cock blocking for real. How you gonna snitch?
Now,
how old were you? First of all, how old were you?
14.
Oh yeah, I would have beat your ass too.
But he was 15.
I would have beat both of y'all.
And he had a kid on the way at 17, though.
Ooh, you really would have got a whooping.
Now he did. I had my first child was born when I was 23, so I was a grown
Hey,
man.
he had to beat you at something.
We all thought he was gay because we never seen him with a woman before.
Okay.
Oh.
It's usually how it
Anybody
is.
that hasn't smoked, all right, I'm gonna tell you that you're missing out. And it's not a drug. I hate when people say that. It's really not a drug.
No, I know
I'm
weed
the
is not a
biggest
drug,
advocate.
but when I turn 40, I'm doing heroin, cocaine, everything at once. I might die from overdose. But I got
You're an addict.
yeah, I'm doing everything at 40.
He lying.
I
I'm gonna
know
be your
he's
friend
lying.
at 40, and if you do that, I'm gonna. And I'll be in the U.S., so I'm gonna pull up at your door and be like, "What you doing, bro?"
Mm.
Sunni, I'll ride with you.
At the rate that I'm going right now, I feel like, well, I know this is that I'm gonna probably be somewhere in California at one of them Hollywood functions where they have all the drugs and stuff laid out. I'm gonna be in there, and I'm gonna be 40 years old, probably one of the top tier filmmakers in America, and I'm going to be partaking in everything. I'm like, I waited my entire life to get high. Today is gonna be the day. I'm getting
Hey,
fucked
look.
up,
Amen.
Knock on this.
Amen.
and I'm taking my pastor with me, just so I don't go to hell.
I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that.
I'm gonna take my pastor with me so I don't go to hell.
I've never done any type of drug, and I don't plan on it.
Yes, 99 Primetime Patriot patrons, paying customers. We thank you.
Nah,
When are you coming home? I'll be coming home for events we have in the coming 2021. You guys will see me. It'll be a surprise that I'm just gonna show up. And if people don't recognize me, I'll be like, yes. Okay, I'm good.
You gotta want to meet people.
So y'all have to inform me on what's going on with this impeachment. How does this impeachment thing work? Because I thought that if Donald Trump is not president anymore, why is he still a factor? Why do people? Why do they care? Why do
I
they
did a show about this earlier, so I have all my notes.
I'm
As
still
far
trying to
as I'm
understand how you trying to
concerned-
impeach somebody that's not president. How does that work? They
Well,
don't want him to run again.
The Democrats are basically stating that just because he's no longer president doesn't mean he can do what he did and walk away. So they're trying to flip it to fit their narrative. Basically, you guys could correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what the gist of that I got out of it. And so that's what they're trying to say, is that just because he's no longer president, that he still has to be held accountable for inciting an insurrection. And they're trying to change the words of certain statutes to convenience their narrative. And then Trump's defense is like, one, we shouldn't even go to trial because I am no longer the president. So that's kind of basically where it's at. It was a shit show from the beginning, to be honest. You guys want to fill in.
Is this the
Sorry, I'm
first
eating my
time?
dinner.
Is this the first time in American history they tried to impeach somebody who wasn't president?
Yes.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, Trump is breaking all kinds of records.
So today what we went through was the vote, right? They did a roll call vote, all 100 senators, to vote on the constitutionality of the impeachment today, which they got a vote of 56-44. Your 6 dissenting senators from the Republican side: Mitt Romney, Ben Sasse, Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, Pat Toomey, and Bill Cassidy. And I said this to you, Chelly, before the show. Suni, I wish you were there. From the quick 5 minutes you weren't there, because I said all these people that voted for the Democrat side, there's no surprise that they did that because they all don't have a horse in the race. Bill Cassidy, right? He doesn't go up for re-election until 2026. Pat Toomey is retiring in 2022. He's the senator from Pennsylvania. Susan Collins just won re-election, so she doesn't get re-elected right till 2026. Lisa Murkowski, 2022. Ben Sasse, 26. Mitt Romney, 24. The point is that these people didn't have a skin in the game. So no matter what decision they made, there really isn't going to be a significant amount of blowback that they have to deal with in the short term. But no matter what, the point is it's all a smoke show, because even if all 6 of them didn't vote on the Democrat side, you still would have had it passed because every single Democrat voted for it, and Kamala Harris would have been the tie-breaking vote. So push that aside, right? So that's there's no point in talking about that anymore. What the problem is that John Roberts isn't sitting over this trial, right? So that essentially doesn't make it an impeachment trial. Suni, I think you agree with me on that. That right there would signify that this is not a constitutional trial, because John Roberts isn't there, right? The other problem is they can't prove what they're actually trying to prove, right? Because they're not calling any witnesses, because they're very, very afraid that the Republican side are going to introduce quotes, and I have a lot of them here I'll go over later, of incitements of violence and how that line is. So
hold on, Austin, before you continue, because I will forget because I have a chicken nugget brain. But when you said that they were basically that they were saying that because Roberts is not sitting there, it's basically not a it shouldn't be an impeachment. So what the Democrats lawyers were trying to say was that initially, because just because he's no longer president, that it doesn't mean he gets away with what he did. But yet, so they used it to convenience them. And then when Trump's team actually came at them exactly about, well, if it's because I'm a president, or because that was my position, then therefore there should be Robert should be sitting there. But what they did is, one thing was good for one side, but not for the other side. So it was basically they picked and choose what they wanted to use. Like, is that what
Absolutely.
you basically heard today? Because, we can still get him even though he's not president. But then the statute also says that it's supposed to be Roberts. But they're saying, well, no, because now he's not the current president. So it doesn't have to be Roberts. So it's like picking and choosing. I just wanted to kind of add that in.
Yeah, sure. So their argument breaks down here. And no, I haven't heard anybody else bring up this argument online, and I'm going to bring it up. Which is, if the Democrats think that Trump is so guilty, in order for him to be convicted in the Senate, those jurists, right, because they're jurors, the senators, they need to think beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump committed these offenses, right? Same thing in our criminal justice system. Now that Trump's a private citizen, if you couldn't even get to the standard of probable cause to file the charges, Chelly, you know where I'm going with this. You couldn't even get this charge brought up by a judge in a court system because the charges are so bullshit. And that's the point. That's where you hit back on the Democrat side and say the procedures and the precedents of the impeachment, right? How thoroughly it was rushed. It wasn't a political process. It wasn't done the right way. That's why John Roberts isn't presiding over it, because you impeached him so speedily in the last 2 weeks of his administration. Now, if Donald Trump really committed this crime, right, he could be charged right now as a private citizen. He is a private citizen. How many years did we hear about any crime that Trump commits? They're going to file charges when he gets out of office. So why wouldn't you do it now? Because they absolutely can't. So that would be my hit back on that argument, is if you can't bring charges in the private sector, then how would you expect senators to convict him in the Senate?
It's I don't know. For me, this is it almost seems like this is a moment that he could use for exposure as well, because they don't have any evidence against him. Like, absolutely nothing. They're trying to use his speech to say he incited violence. They cut a good portion of the speech out. They didn't play it all. They only played specific clips and angles with the whole Capitol thing, where they were busting the windows. And then they said, well, we're gonna, argue this on straight facts, but don't present an iota of fact. To me, House Democrats and Republicans, some of them they're insane. This is like mental illness on display. A bunch of old people fighting over the country because they all want to control something. And it's weird, bro. It's so weird. Like, it was really weird watching Ramskin, who is a secular Democrat, by the way, the same Democrat that came up with that bill they wanted to introduce where they're attacking Christianity. We talked about it a few weeks ago. He's up there presenting evidence, and it's not evidence.
No, they're theories, their ideas, their opinions.
If
and feelings.
if they impeach him, and I don't think that we can comfortably say what the hell is going to happen because our government has shown their ass. We don't know what the hell they're going to do. If they do impeach him, America's done. People are going to realize how much they're able to do whatever the fuck they want with no consequence.
Well, where are the Republicans right now? Because you could go through 4 quotes, right? Joe Biden, March 20th, 2018. Exact quote. They asked me would I like to debate this gentleman, and I said no. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him, right? Talking about Donald Trump, the sitting president of the United States. Okay, let's fast forward, right, to June 18th, 2020, Kamala Harris. They're not, to Black Lives Matter, right? They're not going to stop. And everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before the election day. They're not going to stop in November. They're not going to stop after election day. Then you go to 5 days later, Maxine Waters and her tirade against Trump cabinet officials, right? Then you go to the next month, July 2018, Cory Booker, New Jersey senator. Go to the Hill today. Get up and please get in the face of some Congress people. Now, this are the quotes and the evidence that the Republicans should be putting in and saying, what is the difference between what Trump said on the Capitol, which isn't anywhere near as graphic as these quotes, right? Saying you need to fight like hell for your country certainly does not mean go and storm the Capitol and do all of that chaos, right? And I hold the opinion that anybody that was in the Capitol was stupid enough to know that they shouldn't have been in there like that. But anyway, the fact of the matter is that the rhetoric, it comes and it comes and it comes, and I don't think they're going to do it, Suni. That's my point. I don't think Republicans are going to have this fight with Democrats. I think they want this done as soon as possible with the least amount of casualty. This isn't a fight they're willing to have because the people who don't have a skin in the game are not protecting President Trump. And the people that do, the Congress people, the people in the House that have to get reelected in 2 years in the midterms, they're the ones that are fighting for President Trump because they know that their ass is on the line as well. So that's my take. I don't think Republicans are going to go to fight. I really don't. Not that I think they're going to convict. I don't think the votes are there. But at the end of the day, I don't think that they're going to call Democrats out. I think they're just going to give them the forum, let it peter out, and then let's move on, which is sad for our country.
I'm going to stop you right there just to touch on what you were saying. Here's a little video clip, because if those of you who want to know what really inciting violence is, here's a little look for y'all.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the...
I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price. You won't know it hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted you. Why did he get down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers? He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
Mark, in my view, this is the unequal application of standards, the unequal application of the law. And
Maxine Waters look like her breath just stinks very, very badly.
Isn't that scary, though? Isn't that scary to see clip after clip after clip of rhetoric that is actually inciting violence in this country, and that did incite violence in this country for 4 years. Sunni, I see you nodding your head, and you know, right. And I know that you're right when you talk about this. And it's the fact that it's pretended as, well, we actually didn't really mean it, or we didn't really mean it in that way. Although the words, you don't even have to take the context. Just look at the words. You don't even have to really put it in any kind of context. Just read the actual words, how they're placed. And those are words that incite violence. And again, it's a shame that the Republican Party won't bring up any of these comments because it's a fight they're not willing to have. But you saw 20, and there's 30, and there's 40, and there's probably 100 quotes out there from all different politicians.
What does that mean? Trump will find out he's not special.
Well, I think Trump has found out that he is actually very special.
Facts.
He's been impeached. He's been impeached twice. He's been given the most shit, undeserving shit any president has ever been given. And just so that you know, Darren Thomas, I did not vote for him in 2016, but I can call a spade a spade. He has been given shit since he announced he was going to run. So I think my biggest problem with it is if we hold one person to that standard, we should hold everybody to that standard. And if you heard part of the hearings today, what the Democrat legal team was saying was that, oh, you're going to hear Trump's team talk about all these other people. They brought it up. Everything that we just saw, the Democrat legal team brought it up and said, oh, you're going to hear about this person and that person and this person. But guess what? They weren't our president.
Wow.
That's exactly what they said. That is exactly what they said. They weren't our president. And there's probably people who will.
Yeah, that's crazy. That just irritated me because there are going to be people that say, well, they say it now. Well, they ain't the president, so it doesn't really matter. Yes, fuck it does. They're government officials. And Congress is what runs the country. Like if you're really paying attention, president only has with so much power.
Well, not only that, but all these people, when people try to say, oh, well, Trump is the president, so he should know better. Well, did he use any verbiage like them? Did he talk about slapping anyone? Did he talk about blowing up their houses? Did he talk about anything similar to what they exactly stated? He didn't. So not only that, but when you're talking about, oh, well, he's the president, that's why we're going to use it. He should be held to a higher standard. Well, first of all, everybody there works for us. You should be held to a higher standard. We, the people, demand that you be held to a higher standard. Like, who's your judge and jury? You know what I'm saying? And then, I don't know, but is it me? It's not a new law, right? That threats against the president are what? Should they even be tolerated in America?
Generally, if you make a threat against a sitting president, I thought that you got a visit from Secret Service, or I thought you got a visit from the FBI. And
well,
I
if
thought
you're
that,
an average Joe like us, maybe, but that's what I'm saying. So if they hold him accountable so that they make sure he's doing things the right way, right?
Right.
Who holds them accountable to make sure they're doing things the right way?
Well, it's the same example when we look at Burnley murder, right? And we saw police departments that were stormed, and you could consider that an insurrection. You can consider, protesters taking over complete cities and, setting fires and looting and destructing. You can consider that insurrection, right? But we didn't see the calls from the Democrat Party to send in the National Guard or to shore up any of those cities. What we saw was resistance.
No, our vice president helped create, what's it called? Act. Damn, I forgot the name of the name.
The bail fund, right?
The what? The bail fund.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. But so our current vice president helped create a fund to bail people out that were looting and burning and tearing our cities up. If you guys didn't know that, look into it. It's a fact.
And one of them just got arrested for murder quite recently.
Right.
That's a news article that's out there. One of them that was released on bail, paid for by funds by the Kamala Harris bail fund, for burn, loot, murder, because that's where the bail fund was set up for, not for anybody else, right? Not for people with, low-level crimes that the Democrats always, complain about to get rid of cash bail. But now, we see issues with that. My question, Suni, I have a question for you because I know that you're very in tune with, military operations and stuff like that. I was thinking about something today. I saw an article that said we're up over $500 million for the National Guard troops down in D.C., right? Now, in a time of unity, if Joe Biden would have taken a step back a couple of weeks ago and said, you know what, to the Democratic Party, we're not going to do this against Trump. We're going to go forward. We're going to pass COVID aid. We're really going to try to do this unity we're talking about, right? Would we need all of these National Guard troops, or are these troops down there specifically because of the impeachment and they're worried that something is going to happen? Because I feel, this is just my personal opinion, that if we weren't going through the impeachment, we wouldn't need to have 10,000, 15,000 troops down in Washington, D.C., right? That could be saving the country money. Or do you think they would be there regardless?
How I look at it is, why are they there? Well, the reason that they gave is because of what happened on the 6th. Okay? So they're taking extra precautions. Fine, I'll give you that. But what are we protecting? Exactly. For me, it's optics. They're there to push whatever narrative that they're trying to push forward. Like right now, they're saying that Trump's words have incited violence around the country. So what better way to push that narrative even further than have the military down there guarding you? Now, I think they're down there because Congress is scared, for sure.
What they scared?
They're
of?
scared because Americans, whether they acted in good behavior or not, those are Americans that were there. They're tired. Acting like you're not subject to answer to any of us, like they've said over and over, I don't work for you. How many times has Joe Biden said that? How many times you ask Nancy Pelosi a question, she'll pretty much tell you, you don't have the authority to even know or answer that question. She's very just blatantly rude. So I think it's a combination of optics, and we could have something going on. Now, you're not going to know with the military. Like, I'm not even going to know. I can speculate all I want, but I don't have that security clearance.
And
for me, it's optics.
Jen, the press secretary, so today she did discuss about someone asked her about the military troops, and they are at $500 million in spending. They plan on staying there through March. I think, Suni, you're 100% right when you say that I personally think too that they are keeping them there to create this image so people can remember January 6th. Now, mind you, she also said during her press conference today that there were, I believe it was 800 people who actually entered the Capitol building on that day, when originally they were saying thousands and thousands. First of all, there were over 1 million people there on January 6th. So I think that it's more for the smoke and mirrors. It's more to show an image like, look, we have gates and walls outside to protect us, and we have all this military personnel. Well, you know what? The people that voted for Biden-Harris, I'm not mad that you voted for them because you thought they were the better choice. But where was your protection when your cities were getting burned down to the ground and people were getting pulled out of their cars and their asses beat? FedEx trucks, people just driving trucks, cities going crazy with all the looting and the burning, police stations being burned down. Where was your protection? Because I could tell you right now, in Chicago, our mayor refused help, refused. And there were several other states when Trump offered help that refused as well.
Can I add something in there? Because I see people talking. Yeah. We have the entire summer of 2020. Like she just said, burning, murders, everything is happening across the US. That's widespread violence. Did you see the National Guard? No. You saw a glimpse of them when they were allowed to go into, I want to say it was Oregon, they went into. You saw a glimpse of it when the Fed police showed up to arrest people in Portland. And what the fuck do people do? They went off the
Minneapolis.
deep end.
They burned the police station down. Huh.
Well,
They
not
went
only
off the
that,
deep end. Why do you have the military here? Why are they here? And now you're welcoming them with open arms and telling you it's optics. People think there's something major that's gonna go down. Stop it, bro. Seriously, stop it.
and have you seen the riots that are going on in DC right now the last couple of days?
No, I've just unplugged. I'm just gonna be honest.
It's been last night, the night before. It might be for the last 3 nights. Am I correct, Austin?
Yeah, it's been. I've seen it for the last 3 nights. Yeah.
I think it's been 3 nights, and it's been
yeah.
and nobody has said shit about it. Like when I tell you, nobody during the press conference with the press secretary. I don't know how to say her last name. I know her first name is Jen, but she didn't. When I tell you that they didn't ask about it, no reporters asked about it. Nothing asked, and no one's saying anything about it. I want to know how come Joe Biden, how come our vice president is not coming out and asking for peace in our streets? Why are they not saying that they are domestic terrorists? Like they asked Trump repeatedly if he devoured the KKK or these white supremacists. So I'd like to, where's that same energy? Where's that same energy? Because we want fairness.
Yo. What
It's
the fuck are you
pronounced
talking
sexy.
about? What
Who are you
propaganda?
talking about?
Whoever Anna Townsend is, she's getting under my skin. She's very annoying.
Let me see where she at.
I don't think that everything is hunky fucking dory. I just don't know about the riots. Do you know how much stuff is going on across the US? How you're able to keep up with it is beyond me. You have to be absolutely psychotic to sit in front of a TV or a computer all day and learn about news. It doesn't
Aren't we
mean
talking
anybody's
about this?
falling for propaganda.
Aren't we talking about this right now? We're talking about burn, loot, murder and what they just did over the summertime and how it's the double standard of how the Democrats are trying to convict President Trump on what the Democrats did all summer.
I thought so.
Sorry, Suni. I just wanted to clear that up real quick.
I think she's actually saying, for the real protests and riots in DC, like you wouldn't believe. I think she's talking about what I'm talking about, not what happened on the 6th. She's talking about the last 3 days.
Yeah, I know.
But the news is being like hunky dory now with it.
Because it's normal. Because now, I'll give you an example. Suni, did you see the clip from Tucker of the bombshell Shepard Smith reporting of the grocery store, right? That nobody was wearing masks inside, right? When we, like normal day life, what we used to do. And he pointed it out so real of how you would think that what you saw on TV was totally not okay. When what you were seeing was what we used to live a year ago, and really how that has corrupted the American people. And I watched it, and honestly, with my views that I have, right, and I think we should go back to normal, I watched it, and honestly, I looked at it and thought, oh my God, they're making it look like connecting with people and smiling at people without a mask on and is terrible, that we'll never get back to this. And that's where we are in this country, is the propaganda. You know, if she wants to bring up propaganda. Propaganda now is just every single day facts. Any story now is spun to make it look like a certain way. Nothing is as it appears anymore. That's what I firmly believe. I really do.
Hi, Chris. He's like really quiet.
I'm just listening, seeing where you guys are at.
I'll say this, and I'm just gonna like take a break for a minute. I don't understand how we can have so many people say the media is fake. Don't watch the media. The media this, the media that. And you have people that actually sit there and tune into this shit, but then go preach that it's propaganda. You know everything that's happening around the country. I can guarantee you all of us sitting here collectively don't even know half the stuff that all these people send us, because you need to unplug. If you know yourself that the media is a disease and they lie and they create chaos, just like take a break, bro. Take a break. This is stressful. For the past 3 days, I've been having fun. I don't even think I'm talking about politics. I swear. Swear to God, this is a job and a half. And I'm going to take a break because I can feel myself. I just feel comments getting to me. I don't like ignorance. This is why I took a break from politics and everything that was going on with it. Because I just can't. Not today. I want to have fun today.
I agree with you on that, Sony. I forget what it was earlier, or who I was watching. They said if you surround your whole life with politics, then it'll be disappointing every day. And I think that's true, because the reality is what we're seeing on TV and what's really going on. We can't change what's already rolling, and all we can do is start in our community and start working there. But if we just get consumed in everything that the news is pushing out, it is miserable every day. Because I mean, I do watch the news every day for many different reasons, but it can be a little depressing seeing everything going on.
It's been this weekend. I had to go do some stuff with my kids, and I did a show with Suni. But for the most part, it was nice to take that break away. Like Suni said, we get so many messages in our inbox, and to try to go through, and I really try to go through each and every one and respond to each and every one. But it is super hard, especially when I have kids, I have a husband, I have things that I have to do. And then reading the articles and looking through all the articles. So it is really difficult. So sometimes you need to unplug. Sometimes you need to just like take a break, step back, reset, and come back. So it is really difficult. So everybody does need a break, which is why in the past, we've done our little like, hey, we're just going to have fun videos. We've done our little like drinking videos, my little voodoo juice cup. But because sometimes you need it. But Suni's going to take a break for a second, but I did want to talk about, I think the whole impeachment is a shit show. That's what I think. I think they are wasting taxpayer dollars, and it's going to end up absolutely nowhere. That's my personal feeling. I think they have to have a total of 67. Am I correct, Austin?
I mean, it says 2/3, right? And
I think I read something that says 67.
I don't know, fellas. I mean, I don't know if you can split that 66 person, in a third. So I would imagine that you need the 67 if we're just going off semantics.
Correct.
So you're never going to get there. And that's why I said earlier, Chelly, is that it's literally the Republicans are just going along with the show. They know that they have to, right? Because it's already on its way. After the House passed it, the Senate had to pick it up. Now, because of the fact that the Democrats have control of the Senate by a majority of one, which is Kamala Harris. So again, I mean, it's a smoke show for me.
Casey, where are you?
And at the end of the day, what's sad about it is, again, the Republicans are not going to put the evidence forward of what the Democrats have done on the other side. And that is what the shame is, because I think that's why the Democrats are continuing to do it, because if they honestly thought that there would be some blowback, and there would be. I mean, there are some moderate Democrats I feel would have a really hard time pretending that Maxine Waters, Cory Booker, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Arizona Presley, and etc. didn't make statements that would make you say, wow, that seems like they wanted people to go out and hurt somebody. I mean, give me a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, I think basically to sum up what's going on, it's a fucking shit show. Like there was what's the guy's name, Suni? You said his name earlier. The guy who was talking and then he started crying during the impeachment process. Hi.
Oh, Ramskin. I'm talking about Representative
yeah, the one that started crying. So he was talking about like they just lost their son the day before. He was talking about that, and I'm thinking, why the fuck were you there then? And then you brought your family with you, because he talked about bringing his family, and I'm thinking, first of all, I just lost my son. I'm not going in just to fucking vote or to do whatever you needed to do. And then you're going to bring your family with you because you wanted to mourn together. How about stay the fuck home and mourn that way? Like it was really bad. It was bad. And then he started crying, and I'm like, this dude is all in his feelings. And then his daughter, his grown daughter, who went to elope without telling her father, because that's what he talked about too. He says when he told her, you know, that he was so sorry, this will never happen again, and you know, things are going to be different now. And she said, "Oh, I never want to go to the Capitol ever again."
Are you fucking serious?
Dude, I swear to you. It was all feelings. If you heard the last like 20 minutes of him, it was all feelings. Uh-oh, there he is. Boom.
What up? Oh, don't give me that, Suni. Stop being such a hater.
Suni's been mean today. She's been a little mean today.
Suni, look at his shirt though. Suni, look at his shirt though.
I know, we just did a show together. Awesome shirt.
There you
Facts.
go.
I'm just a little bit more stern than I normally am. Like,
Well, Gorilla Girl got it hard. I mean,
yeah, because that's just plain stupid. Like, just that's just dumb. That was just stupid. You don't just I think you need to be clowned a little bit so you realize how ridiculous what you did was. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Well,
come on.
Oh, his son committed suicide. Tom said his son committed suicide.
yes, that representative. Yeah, his son committed suicide.
How long ago?
That was the day before the insurrection.
January
I believe.
5th.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, why are you there? And then you're with your family because you're saying, oh, our family is, we wanted to be together. Why the fuck are you there? Like, okay, look, first of all, anytime you lose a child, it has to be, I don't know what that feeling is, but I can only imagine how I would feel as a parent. But I can tell one thing, I don't care who's pressuring me. I'm not coming fucking in, period. I'm not coming in, nor am I bringing my family with me. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to cry my tears about, especially when if your son committed suicide, like I can't imagine what guilt I would feel as a parent, like not knowing what could I, should have, would have did to prevent that. And you're going in to vote on this other shit. You know what I mean? Like, it just don't make sense to me. And when it adds to the whole smoke and mirrors for me, it adds to the whole smoke and mirrors. Like, they're trying to show you all this bullshit so they can touch on people's feelings, not on the facts of the case. What are we looking at, Suni?
This is just a funny clip, you know, because we were talking about how Democrats make excuses for their shit.
Yep.
Maxine Waters.
Here's Maxine Waters making excuses for her shit.
Anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them.
Can you say that you have not glorified or encouraged violence against Republicans?
Absolutely, I can say it. As a matter of fact, if you look at the words that I used, the strongest thing I said was tell them they're not welcome. Talk to them. Tell them they're not welcome. I didn't say go and fight. I didn't say anybody was going to have any.
She didn't say what? Hold up.
She said comments like,
if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them.
Can you say that you have not
This is what I mean, bro. If that's not inciting, first of all, you're not inciting anything positive. That's violence. It's negativity. You said create a crowd around them.
Yep.
Why? What the fuck is that? That's intimidation. So you're
And
going
she
even a
said
step further.
And she said you push back on them.
Yep.
Rewind. She said you push back on them.
But she even said before in another clip that she would take Donald Trump out, right? Which we've heard other politicians do. And we can even go to our great puppet of a president that said that he would take Trump behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
You also have Madonna saying she's going to blow up the White House. You have celebrities everywhere.
In her pussy hat. Don't forget the pussy hat.
No one is doing anything, but because Trump actually encouraged everybody to come in unity to do something, people are freaking out.
It's violence.
It's ridiculous.
Can I ask a question to you guys? Because I sat back today and I really have a question. If I'm a Democrat today, right, and I'm going through a really hard time with my business, or just I'm an individual with COVID, right? And because we can all agree that COVID-19 legislation is not going to get passed in the middle of this impeachment. There's no way that Congress can do two things at once. So when it comes time, if they don't pass this legislation, get money out to the American people, right? Is that going to be a big negative for Biden? And are people going to say, well, why did you waste your time with Trump? And why didn't you actually help the American people like Joe Biden pretends he says now? He says, well, I'm focused on COVID, but you have the ability to tell the Democrats to stop doing this.
Stop this, yep.
Right. So do you think that could be something that really hurts his administration going forward, which if they don't get this money out before unemployment lapses in less than a month, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, we're on the clock again. Are they going to leave America high and dry? And should America that voted for Joe Biden say, fuck you?
They should.
Thank you.
I'm going to jump in real quick and be like, I agree with what you're saying, but I guarantee the Democrats are going to play the victim card. That's how they're going to do it. Is they're going to say, oh, it was the delay in the election. What did we have in 2000 for Bush and Gore? They blamed 9/11 on the delay in the election and the getting Bush into place. They blamed it. Now, I understand that's a Republican Party, but I am saying that is just a common play in government. They just keep doing it. They blame other people. They never take accountability. And I don't see anyone taking accountability in this situation at all. Now, do I want another check to go out for stimulus? I'm kind of indifferent on it. I know people need help. Honestly, I don't. If they exclude me out, am I going to be pissed? No. But there needs to be some mutual ground to figure out who needs help and who doesn't and make sure we help them. But I'm more worried about how much debt we keep adding to the bill right now. And it's getting crazy at the moment. We have never had a government to start issuing out money like this. And we're talking $1,400 per person right now from Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. My family would get $5,600.
Exactly.
And I will tell you right now, none of that is going into the economy. None of it.
You're not going to be forgiven. Those are, they're going to tax you again. They're going to take all that fucking money from you.
Yep. And I realized that with my taxes. I messed up on my taxes this year because I changed how I pay in because of my child tax credit. And because I got 30, whatever it was earlier, decent amount of money. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to handle it this year if I get another tax credit. It doesn't make sense. And it just makes it to where I got to pay more in. Now, from a taxes standpoint, I would rather to pay taxes than get a refund. I'm not giving the government a free loan. That is my stance on it. But other people, they look at it in a different way. That's cool. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's how I want it. I want extra money in my paycheck every month. And when it comes to where the government is at, we are wasting time on this. We're trying to impeach a president that has no control right now. What's the point of this? Oh, okay. You're trying to make sure he can't get reelected in 2024. That is the only thing they can do. Or and Austin, I bet you already know, but I bet there is some stipulations in there that we can undo what a president has put in place with executive orders if he was impeached. I got to read up on some of those laws, but I don't know there's a whole lot there other than he can't run in 2024.
I agree.
Well, it opens him up. Well, that's the other part, Casey, that you brought up. It opens up the private sector litigation that I was talking about before,
Right.
which is, as a private citizen, can the government bring charges against Donald J. Trump for incitement of violence on the Capitol on January 6th? And the answer is no. They wouldn't even be able to get the case filed because there's no probable cause. And I'm sure you guys agree with me. I've looked at the evidence. I heard the arguments from the Democrats today. I know it was only day one, but again, you're talking about First Amendment expression and rights. And what we see is, again, smoke show, because I shared an article yesterday. We don't have to talk about this now, but for people who are out there, go and search after this show, Caligula versus Strom. It's a Supreme Court case that has to do with the Second Amendment and the Fourth Amendment, directly involving your home and the right for the police to go inside of your home without a warrant and seize your firearms. That's going through the Supreme Court next. And again, the impeachment is important, but for me, it's always been a smoke show. It's been a smoke show for what they're going to start doing behind the scenes, especially with COVID legislation, what they're going to kick into this bill. But again, there's other things that are happening, our other rights that are slowly dissipating. Casey, did you see that? The case I'm talking about, Caligula versus Strom? It's serious. It's very serious if you're pro Second Amendment and you appreciate the police not being able to storm into your house in the middle of the night without a warrant.
I will tell you right now, anybody storming my house, taking my guns, they're leaving with more lead than they are my guns. But that is it. The problem is, I don't see that passing. I honestly don't. That's why it's not on my radar a whole lot. That's why I'm not talking about it. / I can't really post on Facebook right now. Give me another hour. But it's kind of a weird thing. That bill, I do not see passing. Right now, there is too much up in the air for politicians. I think politicians are trying to save their ass. That's what they're trying to do. And this bill will be the nail in the coffin. They will not be able to be reelected ever again. And 2022 will be a second coming for them.
Well, this is in the Supreme Court, the Caligula versus Strom case.
So
it's not going to pass, right? 6-3 conservative jurists. But what the point is, though, is the left, right? And the police and the state's opinion, right? When they write their opinions and they say, we think it's okay for the police to be able to go into somebody's private home without a warrant and seize a firearm because that person might be a danger to the community.
And I cut the words short there, but let me explain to you why. Here in Utah, we just passed anybody over the age of 21 can conceal carry without a permit. You will not see that go through in other states.
Oh, absolutely not.
And so we just said, yeah, all right, you're 21. You don't have a background. You don't have a very big background or anything. Oh, sorry for the noise. But that stuff, no, we just said, no, we're getting rid of it. We proposed this bill. We passed it 2 years ago. Our governor vetoed it. And this year, our governor has already said when it was put on the table, I'm going to sign it as soon as it gets to my desk. And that's where I have faith. Like, even though the Supreme Court, I think they are in favor of the Second Amendment because of what Trump has done in putting the right people in office. It's balanced in some regard. And the Second Amendment is not one I think is in question right now with the people that are there. I'm not worried about it. Now, we should pay attention. I'm not saying to ignore it completely, but that is why it's not my biggest concern. Is I really think there's bigger things to deal with. The COVID bill, I don't want to pass, honestly, but I know people need help. It's kind of pulling me apart. And so, but when it comes to these guns, no. And the right to bear arms, we were warned it was for tyranny reasons, and people will stand up for that.
So I want to take a little different stance. Like, I understand people need help, but it's going to come out a little harsh. But I feel like we got to fail. I feel like we need to hit our face in the ground real hard right now. Just trip, fall, and eat it. Because what we got going on is we got this division in our country, and both sides. It doesn't matter what side you're on. Okay, we're all being duped by somebody, and right now, the Democrats are in control. We know that. We see it. And I feel like there's some things that really have to fail in order for us to pull our heads out of our rears, come together and say, hey, look, they're doing way too much. And the reality is like, look, like California, for example, people like this state is going to have to fail. They're going to have to come in and really try to strip away our rights for people to say, hey, you know, we gave you a little bit and hoping to get something out of it, but now you're just taking. And California, to me, is one of those states where we're going to have to fail in order for us to get back on the right track. And some people don't want to accept that because we're America. We don't want to fail. Failure is bad, but that's where we learn these big lessons. And I'm with you. I don't want to see that COVID bill go through, but a part of me thinks, hey, if we're not going to stop it, maybe this might hurt us enough as a whole to get some people to snap back to reality and see that, hey, we have to take more time to learn and see what's going on in order to either elect the right people or to become a single united voice, whether you're Democrat or Republican, and say, hey, we need to find our common foundation. We had that at one point. We had a constitution. We had common goals or morals as America, at least for the most part. And I think we've lost that. So I think failure needs to come.
I don't think that I can say I disagree with you. I think this is a period where America's going to learn a real hard lesson. I really believe so. I think this is going to be worse than the Obama recessions. What's coming? It hasn't hit us yet. He's only got a few weeks under his belt, but you get to these 2 years coming. This is going to be very telling. And I do think that this will be a moment where Americans kind of wake up and stand up. Not everybody, but I think there's going to be a large portion that kind of feel bad, like, damn, what the F?
Chris, let me ask you, how bad can it be? How bad does it have to be? Because here in Utah, we're not that bad. But in California, I have been following your governor like I'm chasing his ass. And I do not like him at all. And I'm curious, from your perspective, since you're there, I don't see that many people getting much worse and it changing. You have a lot of people want him out. I know he can't be reelected until 2024, but there's a lot of people that want him out right now.
But even with that, I think that, you know, there's a lot of us here that want him out. But I think we're still going to have a struggle getting there. And even if we do get him out, who's the next person that's going to come into place? You got a Josh Harder, or is it going to be Michael Tubbs? I mean, is it going to be one of these other Democrat leaders that are in the area, or the Bay Area or Southern California? Who's coming in next? Because right now we don't have a strong Republican base here, and our conservative voice is being condensed to a smaller area and is being silenced because the majority of this state is blue. And for me, I it's not bad. I think it's going to have to get worse, because with as many people as we have here, even, yes, we're going to keep kicking stuff out. And yes, we have all these social programs. Like right now we have Operation Roomkey that's giving all these homeless people, especially in the large Democratic cities, giving all these people rooms. We're buying up hotel rooms, hotels, old hotel like Motel 5. We're buying them up and we're putting them in these rooms. And we're not learning a lesson. We're not trying to help people get better. So for me, California is going to go. It's going to have to go down. We're going to have to eat it hard. And this way, at the end of the day, because it's not going to be, I'm telling you, when we reach that point, it doesn't matter if you're poor Republican or if you're poor Democrat. At the end of the day, we're just going to be poor. Color's not going to be an issue. Whether you're black, Hispanic, white, there's just going to be poor. And then there's going to be the politicians and the rich people. And they're like one and the same out here. And I think that day has to come, because until then, we're just going to be in this cycle of running circles, not getting anywhere.
Well, I agree with you 100%, Chris. The only thing that I disagree with maybe is I don't know what your classification of fail is for California. I think California has long failed. And I don't know if you even put a Republican in the governor's seat, which I'm kind of indifferent on it. You guys have an election in 2022. I don't see what the point of a recall election is. Gavin Newsom hasn't been accused of committing a crime. See, and this is the problem with people and Democrats and Republicans. We play one side, but we don't talk about the other. And I'm not trying to stick up for Gavin Newsom here, but it seems very crazy to me that you would spend millions upon millions of dollars setting up a recall election for a man that's going to be reelected in 2022. But I mean, with the fail part, California, if you took California and New York out of this country and took the GDP and how the economy is going, the country would be so much better. And that's taking out two of the biggest economies in the country. And that's just because the debt and it's so bad out there. So I don't know if you could get any worse out in California. I mean, the whole, you brought it up, the homelessness, the addiction, I mean, the loss of businesses, the loss of tax revenue. I mean, how could it to you? You live there. I mean, do you think you could see something worse than what you already see in some of these places?
Yes. And see, so what we're talking right now is we're talking financially, right? I understand. Okay. Yes, you're 100% right. California politicians, they don't take care of our money. It's just like federal politicians. It's not theirs, so it's wasteful spending, and it happens a lot. So yes, on the financial part, we failed. I agree with you on the recall with Newsom. Has he really done anything? No, especially not when the majority of people agree with what he's doing, and they think that he's doing a great job. I think the fail has to come on a personal level. It's going to come to the point where, I guess for me, the failure is going to be their succession, like the Democrats or the people that are running our state. Them succeeding in their goals, that's going to be our failure. That's going to be what's going to put us down there. And that's what I'm saying. It's not so much about the money as it is stripping us away of our rights, boosting our tax, and making that hard divide from poor and the elites, because we're not going to have a middle ground or a middle class here. It's just going to be everybody else and them. And that's what I'm saying with failure, because in that, when they strip us of everything and you can't, I mean, you're paying 50% tax or whatever they want to shoot up to their number to, we're restricted on, like right now, gender, these whole gender bathrooms out here. You start making people change up how they do their they're putting their bathrooms out, and they're going with it until the point where it starts hitting their pocket. And those are those things where I'm saying, like, let them be progressive. Let them keep pushing us to that point. And then when there's so many rules and stipulations up to where you can't even run a business because you're trying to appease everybody. Like, those are what I mean by failure. It's really going to have to hit us at home. And right. I don't think it's quite there yet, but I think we're going to have to get there. And I think we will, especially in the Central Valley. You're talking from Bakersfield up to Sacramento and up north. It's going to have to hit us hard, because we as conservatives or as the Republicans out here, they're silent. They don't say nothing. They just take it and go. And nobody's really trying to stand up and fight.
No, I get what you're saying. But I also see a lot of what Austin just implied and talked about and we're looking at it from a different state's perspective, right? And I've spent a lot of time in your state because my sister was based there in the northern part of your state, not in southern. But going there, there's a whole different feel than what I feel here in Utah. It's not the same. And the country, I don't think looks at California the same way. California is banking on a lot of big things, especially with Hollywood and all the big names and stuff like that. But I don't know if it can get a whole lot worse. You're having people leave your state in mass quantities. Mass quantities. You see it in New York too. In New York, you're seeing a lot of people leave that city. New York City, they're just out. But in California, it is a statewide deal. It is not a single city. And that's where I'm like, I don't know if it can get much worse than where you're at, but I do also agree people need to feel the pain before they actually change their habits. That's what happens. That's how people change, is they actually feel some type of oppression, real oppression or real issues. But I don't know if we will ever get to that, because I think people will leave and go to another state. Reno's not far. Las Vegas is not far, and they will go somewhere.
I agree with you. But I don't, you got to look, there's a lot of people that can't afford to move. That's the reality. They can't afford to move away from this. And the people that are, like myself, I'm fortunate enough that if we wanted to move, we could move. I could find another job out of state. Not everybody's in a situation that I'm in. So there's a lot of people that are a lot worse off. And that's what I say. I do agree with you, but I have to go back. I think we can, because those people that are worse off still keep voting for the same people that are just putting them worse off. But this is, to me, is the reflection as a nation as a whole. Not saying that's the same problem as California, but we keep voting, or we keep chasing the same dreams and running the same cycle. And then when you want to bring it to the table and you want to have a conversation with somebody, the big problem right now is we have allowed politicians in the media to divide us. Sure. And because they've divided us, we can't come to I mean, okay, some of us can, like this panel can, because I know me and you, I've been on a panel with you before, Casey, and we might not see eye to eye, but we could come to the table and talk and walk away. And I'm like, man, that's a smart dude, or he's a good dude. I have nothing personal. People can't do what we do. A lot of them can't, because they've allowed I always take it back to the mainstream media. They have allowed the media to drive a wedge in us, and these politicians to drive a wedge in us. And they have made that divide so big that coming to the table and talking about it is just not happening, which is why I say we got to fail as a group on both sides in order to be able to come together and say, hey, man, we've all been duped by both parties.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. But that's why Suni keeps hating on me anyways, because I didn't vote for Trump. But I'm going to keep calling her out because she's going to give me shit for the rest of my life.
I am too, period.
Hey, that sometimes you got to call out a friend.
Yeah,
that what you were.
Gotta call a spade a spade. But I also wanted to touch really.
Can I be a red spade, not a black one?
Nope.
Because I keep getting called black.
Hashtag.
Does that offend you?
Hashtag you're black.
No, we're good, man.
I wanted to touch really, really quick on do you guys know who Hunter Biden's who his son-in-law is? I mean, not Hunter Biden, goddamn. Well, I got that pervert in my head. Why I'm talking
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden's son-in-law.
The guy that tipped them off for the vaccine, or I think was supposedly told them about some vaccine or the medical.
Yeah, so we're gonna share this really quick.
This is news to me. I'm Googling it right now, or DuckDuckGo, whatever you want to call it.
All right, let's go. Oh, shut up. All right, I have to bounce back because I got to see what you guys can see. Did it share it or not? Oh, yeah, there it goes. I just want to see where it's at. Hold on, I'm trying to bounce back. All right, so Joe Biden's son-in-law, his name is Howard Crane. I believe that's how you pronounce it. So today, the reason I brought this up was just so you guys can kind of reference back to it. There's tons of articles. If you look up Joe Biden's son-in-law, you'll see it all over the place on Daily Mail, on ABC News, Fox News. It's probably not on CNN, to be honest, but I digress. So he has been advising Joe Biden on COVID-19. He is a chief medical officer with Startup Health. It's an investment company that has been focused on coronavirus. So it was brought up today during the press conference with Jen Psaki. Somebody tell me how to say her last name.
The Ginger Overlord.
Yeah. The circle back girl.
Oh my God, the Ginger Overlord. That's the first time I heard it. It's always Circle Back Girl is what I'm used to.
I like that. I think it's a new one. The Ginger Overlord. I'm trying it out.
We could give her a first name and a middle name. She could be Circle Back Ginger Overlord.
I like Ginger Overlord.
Thank you.
Who said that?
I did.
Austin.
Oh yeah, hey. I'm going to use that from now on.
Austin, that's Chris. Chris, that is Austin.
Thank you, Chris. I like that too. I thought about it the other day. I said it's fitting.
That's a good one.
So it was brought up during her press briefing today. She totally deflected from it and focused on how Joe Biden said he's strict, that there will be nobody in his family who has offices, etc. And they even told her, like, he's still in the White House. What are you talking about? Like, he's still there.
Well, Chelly, it's because the Biden administration wasn't thinking that they wouldn't be able to do what Trump did. They thought going into it, well, we can do everything that Trump did, and the media is not really going to question us on it. But then when you have all of the shady family members like Joe Biden has, ladies and gentlemen, and you can go on and on and on, like the fact that Joe Biden's brother, if anybody doesn't know this, in 2003, he was arrested at a Blockbuster video store in Florida, okay, for exposing himself, and he was drunk, okay, and he never even got charged for that. Now this man is a big law firm partner, right, which you would think, that's kind of odd, but he has such a dirty family, right? So Biden, and his thought was, well, I could do everything Trump did because I'm not as bad as Trump and people don't hate me like they hate Trump. But the media still says, well, you really shouldn't be doing that. And now they have to kind of take a few steps back. But honestly, I feel like once the dust goes away, Hunter will have some gig. What is he doing right now? He's schlepping for crack in LA. That's the last time I heard. Chris, have you seen Hunter on the streets of LA trying to get crack?
I'm too far away. I'm by Sacramento. But we got a lot of meth up here. So if he ever wants to do meth, we probably will catch him out here somewhere.
He don't discriminate, brother. He don't discriminate.
From what I've heard, I don't think he does. And yeah, we might see him on the streets up here, maybe at the Capitol.
He'll do a fucking bath salt if you put that shit in front of him. He don't give a fuck.
I don't think we really got bath salt out here. You'll find anything else though, man. We got pills.
When you're jonesing.
Well, for me, I found it funny, like when the last time they were talking about all these executive orders and getting out all this COVID relief, like we're focusing on COVID, and all these new startup places. And I'm like, wait a second, startup places?
And if I'm not mistaken, and Amy Klobuchar, her husband also was involved with a company with COVID trials, and that came out early last year. But by the way, that story went away because her husband ended up getting COVID, and it was such a sad situation, and then nobody ever questioned her on it ever again, which isn't surprising.
Yep.
And he also took hydroxychloroquine, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, did you see? I showed a video too on the, what is it called? The ivermectin. There was a video that was posted, and it's they're talking about it in God bless it. So they're talking about the ivermectin and how all these doctors are saying that it's been used. Now, if you remember, I can't remember the doctor's name who went in front of the Senate. He's like the head of this council of doctors, and they've been trying to get the Senate to approve it for COVID. It was like, do you guys know what I'm talking about?
It was Stephen Hahn, right, with the director of the FDA, and he went in front of Congress. Yeah,
more than once. He went up in front of them more than once, and his last one, he was like super emotional, and he's like, I cannot keep doing this. Like, people are dying. So now there was this new study. It came out. I'm not sure exactly when it came out. I could send it to you guys. And it's talking about the ivermectin and how now it's being used. I believe it's in the UK. I think it's in the UK. But he's talked about it repeatedly, him and a group of doctors who all, by the way, have been shut down and their platforms taken away, and they've been threatened and all this other type of shit in regards to using it for helping people. Like, so for me, I'm just like, when I'm hearing about Biden's son-in-law, and then I'm hearing about how he does all these like startup companies, and then he's also giving Joe Biden advice on COVID-19. Like, can there be a conflict of interest? Maybe. But had that been Donald Trump, if that was Donald Trump and Don Jr. or Ivanka's husband, where would that take us?
So let's look at the sequence of events. And this is something Suni and I and Anthony just talked about, is like we have what just occurred by him taking office, right? All of a sudden, the day after Joe Biden taking office, the CDC admits we are being too sensitive on our testing. We need to roll it back and make it to where we are not being so sensitive about our testing, and it's resulting in too many false positives. And then we start looking at, we are now rolling out hydroxychloroquine. We have ivermectin, and these two drugs are super cheap, have been around for decades. Possibly, I think ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine could be even pushing a century. They've been around for so long. They are so easily made and cheaply made. No one can control them. But then you look at Joe Biden, his first few days in office, he increased the cost of epinephrine, insulin, and he's making drugs more expensive so people can't live, then we have to be dependent on someone. What is the Democrats' MO? The left's MO? I'm not going to say all Democrats because a couple don't believe in it, but what is the left's MO? They want you to be dependent on them.
Yeah.
And that is the thing. We got to look at the sequence of events here. These are all adding up to the same scenario. And for anybody, and I am open to anyone to want to challenge me on that, because really this is fishy as hell. Super fishy. And I read an article, I haven't looked into the facts, but apparently Big Pharma was the biggest donator to Joe Biden's campaign.
Yes, they
out of
were.
anywhere.
Yes, they were. You hit it right on the nail, Casey. And you know what the other thing is with the China virus? I have to say it like this so they don't ban us now, because the China virus, right? CDC, Big Pharma, it's hilarious how in this country now everybody trusts Big Pharma. It is hilarious how we went from an opioid epidemic with pharmaceutical companies that were pushing drugs to people that they knew were going to get addicted, that they knew were going to keep on coming back and back and back again, right? We even saw major lawsuits with Johnson & Johnson and some of their products that were harmful
Don't forget
to
about
children.
Purdue with Oxycontin.
Yes, absolutely. But you would consider them a big pharmaceutical company. So it's hilarious how in this country we went from Big Pharma is the enemy to Big Pharma is going to save our lives.
Yep.
Right? Because that's essentially how it is. These big pharmaceutical companies, they're giving us the vaccines that are going to save our lives. If you don't get it, you're going to die. That's how the Democrats act. But it's funny because just a few months ago, ladies and gentlemen, if the vaccine came out during the Trump administration, it was poison. Don't take it. Well, what happened? Well, now you need to take it, because if you don't take it, then you're probably going to die. And that's exactly what some Democrats are pushing out there. And that's not dramatics. I've seen that. I'm sure you guys have too as well. It's a life or death situation. I'm 27 years old and I'd have people say, you need to get the vaccine. No, I don't.
Nope.
I'm perfectly healthy. Why do I need to get a vaccine with a survival rate of 99.9%?
Correct.
Can I ask you guys a question really quick? I'm sorry. I know it's going to be
Absolutely.
out.
No, keep going.
So my comments are stuck, and Suni was trying to send something in the private chat, but I can't see it because they're stuck. Can I leave and back in? Like, can I leave the studio?
You were asking to leave?
Yeah, like, can I leave the studio? Because I think other people, we've stayed in, and I could leave the studio and come back in.
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys
No,
It won't end the live, right?
No,
I don't know.
no, it shouldn't. You should be able
I'm
to,
not sure.
because even after you get out, I believe we should be
You
able
guys
to still.
are still in until I press end, right?
Yeah, until
Yes.
you press end broadcast.
That would make
Okay.
sense.
Okay, I'll
We'll
be ready.
there. We'll talk shit about you while you're gone.
Okay. John Tisha got my back.
But she's only in the comments.
No, we about to talk shit about.
Sony's
we about
here.
to talk shit about Anna.
Let's do it.
Hey, leave Anna alone. She has some good comments. I think you're just in a bad mood, Sune.
No, she's
No.
terrible.
Oh my goodness.
I'm talking
Shots
about Castle
fired.
Rock and shit. Bitch, let's talk about Castle Rock. Where's
She's
Trump?
terrible.
Come on.
Hey,
He's
Smokey.
coming to save us
Hey,
all.
hey, Smokey.
God damn. Where is Castle Rock? Because
Where is
I'm
she?
sick of going through shit over here. Okay?
Oh, my.
I'm tired of worrying whether my husband will be deployed because you do know the F-15s or F-16s are on standby. All right? So where the fuck is the second president? I'm so tired of hearing about this shit. The only research you've done is for some goddamn Q drops that you decided to go decipher yourself. Let's just keep it a ban. You don't have any military security clearance. So tell me how the hell you know that the special ops are coming in to fucking save us. At this point, it's beyond my level of tolerance. You're not going to get on here and shit on my show, number one, because you've done it several times and I've kept my mouth shut. Now you're on here. I've done more research. Then go start your own show. Go get your own audience and go talk that crazy, reckless shit that way. Until you can show me your Q security clearance, A, B, C, or F, I need you to shut up. And don't come back to either one of these pages. Or every time I see your name pop up on the screen, I'm going to fire you up. And I'm so serious.
Wait, what did I miss? Because I went out. And I
Oh,
came
we're
back.
ending another edition of Diary of a Angry Black Woman.
Well said. Well said.
Man.
But she is
Look, I'm a
white.
black conservative today.
No, you are white.
Like, yo, bro, shut the fuck up with this stuff. Castle Rock. Where is President Trump? Where is he?
Suni, I get exactly where you're coming from. I am not on your level, Chelly's level, Anthony's level, or by any means. And the shit I get sent to me, and I'm like, guys, no. No.
I need smoke, dog. Because I'm saying that I've done all
No.
this research. Well, get your ass a podcast and go talk about it. Matter of
Well-
fact, bring yourself on here and prove us all wrong. Because we're all wrong here.
There's two people that are still going at it, and I'm gonna name drop right now. Two
What is-
people. That is Street Fighter Patriot and what's his fucking name that went around forever about Insurrection Act, Sam Poole or something like that. And I'm like, dude, you are just all talking. You're not providing facts. Can I have a document? He signed it? Cool. I'm on board. If he signed it, give me the document. I want to see
I
it.
just said I wasn't caring. I don't care. I was
Has-
petty today.
Has JFK Jr. been resurrected yet?
I don't know.
Wasn't that the
Look.
other theory that he was
Yeah, he was
alive?
Castle Rock.
He was
Joe
rolling
Biden
in a
is in the
Rolls Royce
studio.
down Las Vegas Boulevard.
No, listen. Joe Biden is in the studio. That's not the White House that he's in.
I need to cool down because I can't get into this topic because I'll just keep going.
There's all this military traffic going in and out of military
Oh.
bases. Isn't that what the fuck the military does? I see like 10 Humvees on the road every day. Does that mean it's going down over here? No.
Well, President Trump was holding a red book on the second Thursday of the month of July in the year that parallels with this. I don't know.
It's been a while since I went off on the Q people. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
It's been like festering.
Don't forget that book only had 17 pages. Like, this is the stuff, guys. Like, we're all joking about. We're talking about. It's not serious, and there is nothing to prove it right now. And I want to call people out and say, even though I'm a little guy, I'm nothing, but I'm going to say there is nothing that has been shown to back what they want, what they're saying, and I want it to happen. I honestly do.
Or the
But I
fact
also-
or the fact that Trump Hotel on, I think it's March 3rd to March 4th, the price is like $2,000, and everybody says, "Look, it's because it's inauguration day."
Donald Trump is still the president.
Yeah. Can we change topics, please?
Sure.
I could literally go on all day, and I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Do we have any more
I
topics
don't
left?
mind hurting people's feelings.
Well, the thing is some of these people, the way they
No.
phrase it and the way they explain
You
it, I can
helped it.
understand why they buy into it. But guys, seriously, ask for facts.
This dude
That's
said
the
Trump.
big thing. Like,
He's being a troll. I know who that guy is. He's funny as hell.
who?
Joseph Trump, JFK, 2021.
Joseph Brown.
And Mike Flynn's gonna be the Secretary of State. All right, I'm done.
Does anybody else want to piss Suni off? Because honestly, this is making my night. I think we should all start pissing Suni off a little bit more, just so she can really like pop. I
Here,
want to see it.
I'll start it right now. Suni voted for George Jorgensen.
Oh hell no! That girl threw away her vote. She still got the Joe Jorgensen sticker on the back of her car.
I want to hear.
I got the
What
I
John
voted
Fisher has to
sticker.
say.
I wear it every day. I voted.
You should
What-
just
what was
shove
that?
it right up
She-
here, right where
She said your hair's not real.
Who's there? But I like it.
It's not, girl. Do you know? Look, you know how much I paid for this? $180. Guess how
It
much I
looks
would
nice.
pay for it in the U.S.
It looks
About
nice.
$300-400.
You know how much I paid for this? Like nothing.
Your whole life. Your whole life.
I mean, we're showing hair.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, I'm not even gonna talk about it. John Tisha knows how I feel about my hair.
What did she, what did she say?
Do you guys remember that? You guys remember? Well, some of you probably is young. Do you guys remember the Crypt Keeper? Like it was the Crypt Keeper. It was like this little old guy, and he had like little stringy white hair.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah.
You talking Tales of the Crypt?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He was called the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah.
I've been looking for that doll and I can't find it.
I swear to God, that's what my hair is like. It's
I-
like few far between, and like I don't know, it's terrible. I got terrible hair.
I've been trying to find the doll so I can send it to her for her birthday because it's coming up, but I can't find it anywhere.
You're petty as hell.
Suni,
someone
Suni,
said
when you're
you
done with
know,
your hair, can you send it to show?
Yeah, I'm not. But soon you got hair that you could put it into. My hair is too thin. That shit will fall right the fuck out.
Yeah, and people will tell you don't do it for that reason.
Yeah, no. I'm just gonna get wig, but I will not glue it with Gorilla Glue.
Please don't.
I promise I will not use Gorilla Glue.
Hey, so you guys gotta catch me up on that because I only seen the post about it, like this girl did not, and then I seen the Gorilla Glue people be like, I can't believe we even have to make a post about this, but here we go. And then they said it. What happened? What was that from?
Look,
She voted for Biden.
Leave little Will Smith alone, Sony.
where's she from? First of all,
I
her
said
name
little
is,
Wilson. Willow?
her name is Tessica.
Tessica, okay.
I love it, by the
And
way.
Tessica thought it would be smart to put super glue that she used on wood and shit in her
Yeah.
hair to glue her wig down.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Mhm.
And she,
Okay.
It must have been a windy day where she was.
Well,
Okay.
shit, I don't even think this.
She ran out of her glue.
I don't think the
no, she
top
ran out of
part-
her own hair glue. You're right.
I don't think the top part was wig. I don't think the top part was her wig. I think the back part was her wig. But this part, I think, was her regular hair.
No, that was her real hair that she glued down.
Yeah, the top of her hair was real.
Why would you glue your real hair down, though?
You want to see? You want to see?
Yeah.
I don't
Guys,
know.
this is just straight comical.
Tell me.
Can you pull it up, Shelly, or you're not able to? There it is.
There we
I don't know
go.
if I shared the audio.
And
Can you
it
hear
don't move.
Can you hear it?
Bad idea.
Bad idea.
Yo, look, my hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I've washed my hair 15 times and it don't move. Stiff wear. My hair. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this. If you ever run out of got to be glue spray, don't ever use this unless you want your hair to be like that.
Oh my god.
Look at the shine. You can't beat that shine, Suni.
No, look at the hold. Extra hold.
You can't beat it.
What? Look, y'all, look, you wipe it off and nothing happens.
Girl,
Like,
your hair
this
is
the life
shiny
that
as
I'm living
mine.
at this point. Like, this is the life that I guess I'm gonna have to live.
It's a beautiful bowling ball.
Yeah. Look.
Oh
Aww.
Tell me, what do you do when you do your hair? Finish it with Gorilla Spray.
She made a song.
Why? Why would?
She's so brave. Listen. She in an age where Caitlyn Jenner is brave. This woman is so incredibly brave, and I hope that she gets every $1 million. If Breonna Taylor can get $12 million in her family, then this woman deserves 30 because
You
she
are
is a victim.
contributing
She's a
to the
victim.
decline of African American women by promoting this senseless. No, it's she
Excuse me,
wasn't
Gorilla
I agree
Glue.
with Austin. She was being brave. She learned a lesson and she was sharing
gave
her
a-
wisdom.
she
Okay.
gave a public service
Thank
announcement.
you. Listen, Gorilla Glue, the official glue of the WNBA.
Damn,
Oh my gosh. I just can't help but laugh. Like this
Ban.
conversation is
Ban. Ban.
Oh,
Facebook
you
comes
said
back. Ban.
waxing her snatches next. She goes,
Now imagine
feel
if
bad
she
for
used
her.
it down south, that Gorilla Glue.
well,
I don't want to imagine that. What the heck?
You ever put Gorilla Glue on a slab of roast beef and see?
No.
First of all, roast beef ain't got no hair.
It did at one point, man. It did at one point.
When it was
you
alive.
are the second gay male that I have heard compare a badge to some goddamn beef curtains, bro.
Excuse me, wait a minute. First of all, as a gay man that has had sex with a woman, because a lot of gay men that you meet probably have never had sex with a woman, and I have had sex with a woman many times before, okay? I would say that I have
Earmuffs,
seen-
kids, earmuffs.
I would say that I have seen some things that would make me puzzle my sexuality, even if I was straight.
Oh my god.
That's all I'm gonna say. I think that we've all seen something that just makes us sit there and say, "Oh my lord!"
Hey,
And that's probably why I'm with a man now, because I've seen some things that men should never see.
You saw Britney Spears in the Get It Out of the Limo. That's what Austin saw, and it terrified him.
Oh, don't.
Worse.
Leave
I like
Britney
Latinos.
alone.
I
Why-
love Latinos.
why does Eric gotta call it an
my
Arby's
fiance is
sandwich?
Puerto Rican.
It looks like roast beef. He's right.
Dude, you
It
just
looks
messed
like
on my
roast
Arby's
beef.
sandwiches, man.
Oh man.
When was the last time you even had one of those?
I don't eat them with you because you don't like
You don't
Arby's.
eat them with me.
I don't even tell you where I go.
Oh, you don't, do you?
Arby's sandwiches, man. Not that
Oh,
roast
what-
beef.
what is going on?
Well, Austin, I will say I might have to call into question your selection of women now. Because this woman here, I don't know. It looks just the way it's supposed to. It's not like, ooh. I don't ever
Suni,
know
is
what?
it the Tessica part? Do you like the name Tessica? Are you jealous of Tessica? Because it's revolutionary.
Oh my God.
I've never heard the name Tessica before. I think it's revolutionary. I think it's so brave. I think she's brave. So brave.
Oh my God. Well, Tessica, she's going to influence a lot of other little girls named Tessica.
Can you get her on your show?
Adhesive spray.
Can you get her on your show, please? Can
I
we
wish,
get her on the
you know
show?
what? I would get her on the show and I would say the exact same thing I'm saying now.
I know.
You have lost all your goddamn sense. I'm sorry.
Hey, I just want to.
I would love to do a show with her.
She didn't even confuse the bottle because I'm going to show you why.
Oh, she's got it.
I do makeup, so I gotta be ready.
Got to be? What happened to Gorilla? You're racist.
Hell nah, I ain't stupid.
Ooh, that's
You
a
guys
good
wanted.
one.
Suni
That's
said
a
she
good
wanted
one.
to have. Suni said she wanted to have a funny thing, right? Look, so let me. You guys want to laugh about something? So I bought this shit, right? I bought this because this is what you use to put wigs on. So I bought a cute wig, and I was like, let me try it. So I did it on my makeup live. When I tell you, first of all, I didn't buy an expensive wig. I know wigs are super expensive, right? And I've never put a wig on a day in my life. But I watched all the videos, and I was like, I'm pretty smart. That looks easy. I got this. So I bought a damn wig from Amazon, like a little bob, because I was like, I don't want to go too drastic because, that ain't going to look right. So I bought this fucking wig. And I will tell you, first of all, with all the clips on the inside to adjust it, I must have a really small head because this shit was so big. I felt like I needed a light bulb head because there was space up here. So I did this shit live on my makeup page. I'm not joking.
Where's the video?
It's still there. I'm sure it's still there. It was long as fuck video. You watch that when you've been drinking. Hey, if we do a private drinking and little party, we'll watch that video in the meantime. You guys will fucking die. When I tell you that this wig and my skull was not right, like my head's too little. Right here, I need more head right here.
You needed
because
a cone head.
I
You
needed
just
a
get more
cone
head at the store.
or I needed to stuff it. I needed to stuff it or something. But anyway, so I glue it with this shit. And then there's something else called some Ghost Bond. And I glue it with it. And then like my little hairs right here, it was not right with the wig cap. So I went and I was trying to cut the wig cap off I'm not gonna look, I'll show you guys. Look. You see all these little hairs right here? It's because these bitches are growing back. They were bald headed. Like they look like my little sister took scissors and clipped all around my hairline. I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, you got lined up.
I got a bad lineup by like my cat. It was bad. It was so
Okay.
bad. Like all my I'm not like I'll pull out some of my baby hairs. I ain't gonna show you all my baby hairs, but
I'm crying real tears, by the way.
Well, so to the women here, I'm confused because is it a wig? Is it a weave? Is it a 27 piece? I think I've heard 27 piece on Jerry Springer before.
I've never heard of a 27.
What
Me
is a
either,
27 piece?
but that's hilarious.
Suni knows. Suni knows.
What is a what? What's the 27 what?
Bro, what you do? What you do? Did you pull it out?
No. So, wait, what did he say? What did he say?
What happened?
I missed what he said.
We'll
I've
get back
heard
to
the
history.
term before. I don't know. 27 piece. I've heard it. It sounds
A
expensive.
27 what?
A
Can I
27
just ask-
piece. It's a wig. It's a weave. It's a beautiful,
It's a
bodacious,
wig.
flowing
It's a
piece of
weave.
hair.
It's a
Yeah.
27 piece.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't know what a 27
Listen,
I don't know what it is.
I don't wear wigs. When I
Wigs
take this
are-
out, that's my real hair.
I didn't say
I
you
will
did.
never. I don't even know what the 27, 16, 18 pieces are. I don't know.
No, so I don't know
I have
about
no
the
fucking
pieces.
idea. I don't even know how to put that shit in.
They're all at Rainbow on sale right now.
And I don't shop there.
No, I don't know what the. I don't know 27 pieces. That sounds like a Happy Meal or something for those.
Yo, you
But
went
I know
good. Yo,
that-
you said rainbow.
I know that wigs come in they come in density. Like, cause I've been looking into them. I'm gonna have a different color every day. But they come in like density. But if you get really good wigs, like where you can't even tell, like I'm telling you, there's some people that rock wigs. Like some of these actresses, they got wigs on because some of them are half bald headed.
I don't wear wigs.
But
This is my hair.
But they have
figure it
like
out, be like, look, pull
no,
Yeah, I know. That's it.
I've learned about wigs. I have way too much wig information in my brain, but I know they come in density.
I mean, I'd like one.
Well,
The blue
Suni
ones are-
Suni doesn't approve of fake hair.
Hey.
She's made that very clear. Fake hair is not okay with Suni. If you have
Well-
fake hair, get away. Get
She's
away from
gonna, she's gonna love me anyway. Cause hey, look, I have really like my hair is pinned up. It is long, but I have really thin hair, and it's because I take bioagent medications, so it makes my hair super thin. Like I said, my hair looks like the Crypt Keeper. It's super thin. So
I'm hearing shit now. I could have sworn you said you should bioengineering solution.
No, I do. I think if you look up Benlysta medicine, it is a bioagent. It is. That's what they inject into my body monthly, 2 hours every month.
Wait,
So,
I get
you know,
serious
my-
real quick. Hold on.
You can't do me like that. I'm laughing, then people are gonna look back at the video and be like, she was being serious and Chris was laughing at her.
He was laughing at her medical condition. I can't believe that.
Hey, I just what happened? I mean, I know I could watch the video, but what happened?
So, anyways, so now once you glue this bitch to your
Circling
head,
back.
once you glue it to your head, then I was like, so my husband happens to come upstairs, right? And he's like, what the fuck? This was his face. He was like, fuck. And then now, mind you, my husband doesn't like short hair anyways. He likes long hair. But he was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, what happened? You don't like it? And he's like, no. he's like, well, no, he didn't say no. He just said, babe, it's not you. That's what he said. He said, it's just not you.
Which
And
is no.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
It's a
meant
safe
he
word.
was,
Safe words.
he was trying to be nice because he didn't want to say, take that shit off. You look ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went and I looked. I swear, you know who I look like? I'm not exaggerating. I look like fucking Dora the Explorer. I should go get my wig and put it on. I look like
Wait.
Dora the Explorer. I look
Will
just
you
like Dora.
Oh, well, I don't think it's right to attack Dora the Explorer. She grown up to be a fantastic young woman.
I'm
Has
telling you,
anybody
I look-
ever? Have you ever seen the Dora the Explorer? Now she's all grown up.
The
With
movie?
Boots, who is a drug addict, and no, they're like little short clips on YouTube. It's Dora the
Is that a
Explorer,
porno?
Oh, no.
Don't be talking about them pornos. What the hell's wrong with you?
and then she's like, have you ever had to suck cock in an alley because you have to pay la renta?
I didn't know we were going there.
And
but
Boots is there like smoking crack like Hunter Biden, just on the side, yeah.
But no, it was bad. So then I had to get that cap, the wig cap, off of my head, and it was glued to the baby hairs that I didn't cut the fuck off. So I had to go into the shower and steam my fucking head. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was
I
bad.
have a question. I have a question.
I have an answer. I'm
I
an
know-
open book. None of this bothers me.
I just
You
why?
should sue.
Why?
You should
Why?
sue.
'Cause
Now,
I
why
told-
should you? I mean, yeah, you should sue, but why? Why did you do that? Like,
'cause I
why
wanted
did you
to
not
honor
practice?
like,
Like,
That
you
was a
practiced putting on your
practice.
makeup before you
Chris,
started doing lives.
Chris, that was a practice. That was really bad.
His question is, why did you practice on live?
Yeah, but practice by yourself.
I thought it was funny. It was I will say that was hysterical. I'm like,
This
you
is-
know what? I'm just not one of those people. I'm an open book. Nothing really bothers me about stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Hey, I'll do it on my makeup page. It was bad. It went really bad.
Yeah.
And then there were people that said, oh, it looked really cute. I was like, you a goddamn lie.
Shelly,
I'm like, I could have lifted my wig just right here.
I
Hey,
have
this-
to thank you. Shelly, I have to thank you for what I know, what I need to not do, to putting hair on my head.
It was so bad.
Definitely don't use Gorilla Glue.
Yeah. Oh no, I use the real shit. I bought the real stuff, but this shit does stick your hair too. Like, woo. It was bad. It was bad. So I'm like, I truly was like, I need a professional to put a wig on for me because I need to see how they do it.
Oh my gosh. That just made my
Don't
night.
buy a wig from Amazon if you want it to look natural. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
It did not look natural.
You Amazoned your wig?
Yeah, she
bought
said
a
that
wig
in the
from
beginning.
Amazon.
I know, but I just want to
said-
ask again.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna spend. Wigs are so expensive. I'm like, I'm not.
Was it on
gonna
a flash sale?
No, it wasn't.
Well,
a
you
sale.
know, Shelly, living in Chicago, you'd think that there'd be plenty of weave stores.
Well, there are.
There's
There are, but there's a difference. But there's a difference between weave and a wig. Like weave, they weave
Oh, I'm
into
sorry.
your hair.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Like
I'm
that they
uneducated.
weave- No, like what Suni has, that's like weave. Because they weave it into.
Shit.
No, it is. They braid it into her natural hair. She has natural hair. They braid it in. A wig is like one whole piece.
One whole piece.
Right. Like a wig is one
On
whole
her
piece.
too small head.
It's a unit.
one
It's
whole
called a
piece.
unit.
And now it
called
makes
a
sense
unit.
because what Austin was talking about was a 27 piece.
Right,
So
right,
they
which is
individually put them in. It was
Yes.
different.
Those are
Oh,
extensions.
Yes,
But
it's
those
a
are
foil.
tracks.
It's the foil process, the machine that you put over the head. It's all of that. It's all of that.
I'm not sure about all that.
Suni, by the way, is that a Candace Owens sticker in the back on your wall over there that I see?
Never.
Oh. My eyes are mistaking me. I'm
That's
sorry.
Scarface.
I think
This
you're
is my
crying too
favorite
much,
movie
Austin,
right
from
here.
laughing.
I thought I
favorite
saw it.
movie.
I thought I saw it.
Hey, but you know what I can say? I didn't use Gorilla Glue. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my god.
I
The
did not use
shine.
it.
The shine was beautiful on Little Will Smith. Come on, that shine. You can't beat that shine.
You guys are so bad.
Listen,
He's so-
Tessica is so brave, and I want her to go on Suni's show. I really do. I think that Suni could give her a platform that she hasn't had. You know,
I don't know. I feel like
Facts.
you set her up.
she's a role model.
We're setting her up for what? Dang, what am I gonna do?
I'm telling you,
Wait a minute,
Candace Parker is going to start doing ads for Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue, the
Austin?
official sponsor of the NBA, WNBA.
I feel disrespected because you said that because it's two black women.
I apologize.
Don't you know he's hashtag black? Rude.
And he compared us to gorillas. That's why he said Gorilla Glue.
Oh, I see. Okay, see, I'm now
See where
banned.
this is going.
White supremacist. That's me.
And I'm
So
like,
I'm
did you hear
wondering-
this boy on this show? He said WNBA. Watch, I'm telling you, they'll find a way to twist the hell out of your words.
It only took 2
Oh, yeah.
hours for my white supremacy to come out, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's out. It's there.
Oh, it's
I was
out.
able to control it for 2 hours, but once that goes by, it's over.
Now, can't you guys admit my wig episode is much more better than talking about roast beef? I'm just saying, I brought light to this conversation.
Well, so on that note, I was wondering, you think maybe we should stop this one and then come in with a new one that's lighthearted, because we went from like serious topics and then we took like like a straight up detour.
hold on.
Awkward silence.
All right, we're good.
I was like, wait, what the hell?
No, we'll stay on this one.
I was like, Chris, we're not muted. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, this one's we're 2 hours in. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
One
no,
that
we're gonna
full of laughs.
I figured we were gonna joke a little bit and gonna jump off too because my hubby is off tonight. So
Man.
we're supposed to watch a movie.
Do it. Do it. Watch a movie.
Tessica, I hope that you learned your lesson, bro. And I hope Gorilla Glue tells you to. I don't. You know what? I just hope they shut the door in your face and laugh because you know it was glue when you put that shit in your hair. I don't feel bad for her. Y'all would not feel bad for me if I did some shit like that.
How
I'm
you
pretty sure
not
I'm
good?
getting
I'd
all
laugh at
types
you.
of calls. See?
I'm just saying, like people do stupid stuff, and I mean,
Yeah,
if
but
it was
that's
like,
him though. He does that
Yeah.
like on a daily basis. Like,
but
that's-
like I'm a
that's
believer.
part of
Like
him.
when you're like you grew up as a little kid, and at some point somebody told you don't eat the glue, don't put the glue there, don't glue this, and then you're like a grown ass adult, and it's like, why the fuck did you put glue in your hair? Like at that point, I'm just gonna laugh at you and be like, dummy. But hey,
I wonder if she would have let her hair just like stay like that. Cause like hair grows, like just let it grow out.
he beat me too. I was like, some don't.
It doesn't
Well,
grow
yeah,
for
that's-
everyone.
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying for her, she was still like young girl, so her hair probably would have grew out.
She
Like, why
looks
would
great
she-
as she is right now. She looks like a beautiful young
She should've
Will
left it.
Smith. I mean, I don't know why we're hating on it. I mean,
I'm not.
love
I
it.
think she should have left it. It would have stayed fresh for like at least 2-3
I was gonna
months.
say it was like, you know, when they do the eyebrows, but it was her hair. Permanent.
Hey, the bald look works on Ariana Presley, okay? So, does it not? I think it
Are
does.
you trying to tell me I should just go bald?
No. I think for Tessica, I mean, it's you know, I mean, it's probably like a movement. You know, it's a new movement. Let's shave your head, you know. Just saying.
Better than wearing a
I don't know.
vagina on your head.
Listen, if
Poor
that happened
Tessica.
to you, Suni, I would try to hire Lynn Wood for you in court to
That
get
would
that payment.
never happen to me because I would never resort to putting foreign objects in my hair. That's a foreign object. I'm sorry.
It was just
It's
glue.
foreign.
Listen, you
No,
grabbed the wrong
that's a
can. You're
foreign
tired in the
Oh,
Substance.
morning.
Foreign substance.
Foreign substance, object, whatever, bro. That's foreign. It was not supposed to
I
ever
was like,
touch your
that's what
skin.
I'm talking about. Objects now.
Keep putting in your hair.
Look, we don't do. I already said it on the last one. We don't do utensils in the salad.
No, you touch it.
Oh my god.
Was it Brittany who asked you like, what are you? Why are you talking about utensils now?
I actually almost did that for like
And I was
a
like,
half
oh.
second. I was like, oh,
What the
I get
fuck? Yo! I don't think we're talking about the same thing. I gotta go.
This was interesting. This is fun. I enjoyed it.
It
I
was
learned some new
amazing.
stuff.
We had it.
It
We
was a
had
lot
a
of
little
fun.
bit of. We had a little bit of both. A clash of two worlds. Sudi wanted to do like a chill video, but we had already created the broadcast for our video. And Jatisha, Chris, and I, we were going to talk about this stuff. So then we were just like, well, let's just combine them. So that's what we did.
A little childish. I just have fun though. Like it's just nice.
But you
to
know
just
what though,
chill.
I think you have to. Like I said, we should like do a show like that, like where it's just like we're just talking about, you know, my wig episodes.
Yeah.
We should do one and we'll title it just bullshitting.
Yes.
I'm really good at that.
I am right on the same level.
I'm
Send
down.
some pics of Jelly. Why are you
So
sending
what?
pics of Jelly?
What happened? I can't see. My comments are stuck again, so I can't see anything.
Oh God. Blake's in the comment section. Did you see that?
No, I
He's
don't.
talking to
see
Austin.
He's
He didn't
talking-
even acknowledge any of us. He just acknowledged Austin.
Facts.
Because we speak a special language. That's why
Yes.
all of you are not allowed in.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm
Hold
sorry.
on.
Listen, Suni, before we go, I just really would like you to have a little bit more compassion for Tessica. And maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm going to try to bring it up you know you
I'm
ever
trying to
invite
bring
me
it
on your show anymore. Is well, we're gonna talk about Tessica. And I just really want to follow her brave journey, and we should follow it each and every single day. And I want to eventually get to the end point where we see the drastic changes in her life. You remember the lady that was she was the one in the fire. What was her tagline?
Oh, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful story. She cleaned her life up, right? She became a professional businesswoman. Maybe Tessica will become.
Oh Lord Jesus is a fire.
Right. Maybe Tessica will become like that. You know, maybe Tessica will become an idol. You know, we should
She got no
build her up.
shoes or nothing, right?
Wait,
Just put the damn glue in her hair.
No.
Okay,
all
maybe-
three of you,
maybe
all
Austin, we'll
three of
see.
you can cash me outside. How about that?
Kiss me outside.
Wow, that was the whitest joke I've ever heard.
She's also a beautiful young woman too, isn't she? One that really wants you to pull you out of the men. For me personally, just
She makes music now.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's got a few.
she's a
bops,
rapper.
so I'm even
She's
gonna lie.
got a few headliners with Vanilla Ice.
Is she allowed to say the N-word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there
look,
a certain
look at it.
is there a certain amount of black men you have to fuck in order to be able to say it?
Well, they say once you go black, you don't go back.
Like the Kardashians, right? I mean, they're allowed to say it,
There's
right?
also
I
that
mean,
other saying that's like, if you have 1% black in you, you're pretty much black. Well,
Oh, that's
she
1%.
took 100% and she's black.
well,
I'll-
Cardi B says that she's Dominican.
Wow.
Oh man.
I'll leave it up to other people to decide. I'm not going to make that determination. by any means.
He said stay out of it.
I was just pointing out the fact she likes black men. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just I think she slept with a lot of men, and they just happen to be black. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just she's a whore. That's the point.
Facts. Black don't count. Somebody
I
got
love
mad
that
at
you
me
say
for
all
saying
the
that.
Right? Don't matter
like,
what the color
the
is. Like Lil' Kim
straightest
says,
face.
Lil' Kim, Magic Stick, how many licks, she talks about this, I fuck with guys from all the races, but I'm still a hoe. I'm an equal opportunity employer.
Ooh.
Yeah. I used to be before I got tied down, but
I
I like
used
them
to
all,
be.
Taste the rainbow.
I'm such a virgin here.
Be the rainbow.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
And
I
I
love
believe.
it so much. We're about to do a show. Bye, guys. Austin, we're gonna have fun for like an hour.
Oh.
Easily.
Oh,
Okay.
am I invited? Because I wasn't invited to the wonderful Super Bowl show. I mean, I was so hurt.
Yes, you
I
were.
was like,
Why are you lying?
who got a link?
And
I didn't
I
get a
was
link.
drunk, by the way. You need to
I
give me
I know, and I was like, "Oh, Sony looks a little hurt."
Hey, look, we all have our off days, but
I was the only one sober on that show. I don't know what you're talking about.
you were not sober.
You had Shelly and Suni going nuts.
And by the way, outside of my house in Massachusetts, it was so loud. Everybody was beeping their horns, yelling outside their windows. So people in New England, by the way, still love Tom Brady. I still love Tom Brady, even though he went to Tampa. I would still have
Brady's
sex
the
with that
fucking
man.
goat.
Absolutely.
No, he's not.
I would still have sex with that man.
I probably
did.
would.
He
He's
did.
43, but it's 15 years. Isn't that the rule? Isn't that generally the rule? I mean, he's got money, right?
I don't
He's got
know.
money. We got money. If you got money, hey.
Old men have worms. You didn't hear that growing up?
There's also the blue pill. There's the blue pill that can help you.
I like
Where did
older
you
men.
grow up at, Suni?
Ooh.
I never heard of that
Old
shit
men,
in my
y'all.
life.
I
Oh.
could never be with an older guy. Ugh, no.
I think that's
I'm
what they
just good
said
on
to
that.
steer clear of them.
Well, you could
Ugh.
be how do you say it these days? A sugar baby,
Uh-uh.
Sugar baby.
Hey,
Oh, that's some Australian
I've
shit.
had
I
few
got-
opportunities.
So have I, and I'm gonna be 49 soon.
Oh, we know
Hey.
people trying to get all up in your DMs.
They are. I'm
Men
like
and women.
men and women.
I don't think. Yes, I have.
Hey.
I'm like, stop playing. I could be
Hey.
your mother, you
Well,
sicko.
I mean, at least they're nice enough to do it in your inbox. People do it and they say awkward things live.
Well, people
This
just
is
tell
so
me that I'm a
weird.
homo, so I'm kind of. I only get white supremacist, fag, go kill yourself. That's what I get. I don't get. Well, I'll get the occasional. You look pretty today, Austin, but it's far and few in
Austin,
between.
thank you
I got
for
a
changing the
haircut, by the
topic.
way. Nobody noticed.
I was, hey, you got some nice hair. I just didn't.
I noticed.
Thank you, Chelly.
I honestly,
don't
I was in
notice.
this
Men don't
awkward
notice.
situation. I was waiting for people to drop their OnlyFans. That's what I was waiting for.
Shut the fuck up. I was kidding. Oh my god.
When Suni posted that, I was like, at first I was gonna like, as soon as I read it, I was like, I'm gonna hit this bitch up and tell her what is her problem. then I said, you know what? No, I already know she's playing me. Let me read. And then I went to the bottom. I was like, oh, okay.
You know, damn straight, you clicked like 5 times. You're like,
I
where's
didn't
this
click
link?
5 times. Nope, I did not click 5 times. First of all, I don't want to look at no woman naked ever. Period.
Me neither. Not anymore.
That's me and Austin's on the same team. I don't want to look at
Hell yeah, girl. I got you.
Shit, not after that one roast beef sandwich I seen.
Well, let me tell you
What's after
something.
that?
Listen. If I had to repopulate the rest of the worlds, right, I would probably do it. But if I can't perform, then that's not my problem, right? So
That's why there's Viagra.
Oh my god.
Oh, we just.
said I would probably
It
do
sounds
it.
like rape at that point if you have to like provide a Viagra pill to even get anything going. Man.
well,
Well, because he doesn't like women, so
That's extreme.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, I like women. I appreciate your being on this planet. I just don't necessarily want to put my face all in your
Can I ask a question?
P word.
Since we're all being real here, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Because people think I'm shallow. People think I'm shallow for this.
Yes.
And I think it's normal.
Okay.
So yes. I said there is a such thing as an ugly person, and there is a such thing as the fact that I don't want to be with an ugly person. I want to be with someone that's attractive. Now everyone's like, no personalities, and I'm like, you guys are tripping. If a ugly, this is what I said. This is a scenario, okay? If an ugly dude walked up to me and even attempted to talk to me, I would somewhat feel insulted that you felt comfortable to even do that.
Facts.
Wow.
Facts. And we talked a little bit about this before. I know it's a scary topic for people, but who wants to date a 400-pound person? Anybody want to talk about it?
Excuse me. I watch My 600-Pound Life all the time, and you'd be surprised how many of those people stay in the marriage. And you sit there and say, you can't possibly get that inside of that, but they do. They do.
I think
If there's a will, there's a way. Okay.
Thank you, Tisha.
I
Praise. Thanks.
think there's somebody for everybody. I think like
I agree with you.
I wouldn't think that like if I mean I've had look at some of the guys in my
There's
inbox.
somebody for everybody.
Yeah. So I
You're
think
right.
look at the guys in my inbox. Some of them I'm like, boo, have you seen me and have you seen your
Have you seen me?
What's wrong with that though? Like, what's
Nothing.
No, but I mean I've never been
Zero.
with them. I just think that I don't look at them. I don't look down on them for trying. I'm
Not at all.
I'm like, I'm gonna high five you. That's a lot of confidence there, boo thing. Because I'm like, you see my husband,
I don't know.
but
I
yet
don't
you're
know.
sending me pictures of yourself. So it's like, you know what? I should high five you for a little bit of,
Hey.
you tried.
Hey, I'm just gonna throw my 2 cents out there because, on a serious note, we all like, that's that beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Well, I'm a firm believer that we all have different moral standards and weight limits.
Absolutely.
There's
I'm a
truth to
5,
that.
Chris.
5.
Right?
Moral standards and weight. You left them
What's-
hanging. They try to air 5 you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading the comments. Oh, yeah. Because I have weight limits.
See, the way you took it, the way people took it.
Yeah,
Is it
I
from-
squat. I could squat like 400 or 500 pounds right now.
Well, it's a question of also like what
Yeah.
nationality, right? Like Chris, you look like a white man. Are you a Caucasian? Man? Would you consider yourself a Caucasian man? No.
It depends on. Is it going to help my credit?
Caucasian man.
He's got a white privilege card.
Oh wait, hold on. Caucasian man,
Like,
like
wait, what do you
Caucasian?
mean?
No.
So personally, me,
Caucasian.
I've never found, somebody who's been white attracted because they're so boring and plain. I always looked at myself and I said, if I wanted to be with somebody boring and plain, I'd go be with a white guy. So
I'm fucking offended.
So,
That's all that goes through.
well, it's true because I
He's
mean,
not a white guy though.
have you ever tried to go into the club in the city? I mean, I like Spanish music, some reggaeton. I mean, you're not getting me in through the door.
Exactly your type.
So my fiance is Puerto Rican, and I have always loved Spanish people just because I love the culture and I love the flame. I love the sexiness. So it's like, could I have that or could I have that? And I'm lucky that my fiance thinks that I'm beautiful because I'm kind of boring. So
what about?
I wouldn't want to be with somebody boring like me. Why would I want to be with somebody boring like me?
I didn't hear
I don't think
Depacito.
you're boring. I think you're
Despacito.
hilarious.
I'm a little boring. Now I'm boring. But see, you get with somebody that's not boring, because 10 years from now, I want to go out to the club and have fun and not sit in the house and play Pictionary or Scrabble, like white people do.
But I see what you have going for you though is that you're funny.
I'm a little funny.
You're a funny guy.
I'm not
So-
as funny as women, though. Women are way more funny than I am.
Women who
I'm
use
not
gorillas.
hating, and I'm not saying that anyone
On Tessica, you were.
I'm not
Me?
saying that.
No, I
anybody
wasn't.
that
I
I'm
said
not-
that she was brave, just like you. I was
Yes,
agreeing with you.
Yes, John
Yes,
Tisha, but
Judy.
Suni still is demonizing Tessica, and I'm just
I'm not
over
She's not
it
gonna
already.
back down.
Tessica, but Tessica don't got all the common sense that the good Lord gave her. Sorry.
Common
That's her
sense is
parents'
not
fault.
that common.
Yes,
It's not.
I agree with you on that.
Okay.
People
and
think
that
common
goes-
sense,
that goes
like,
with
no,
this.
and I've said this before, if you take a little kid from like South America in the jungle and drop him off in the city of San Francisco and tell him to cross the street, that's not common to him. He's going to get ran the fuck over. So you can't say common sense is common. It's what you grow up around. And apparently she didn't grow up around anybody that told her not to use fucking glue, Gorilla Glue in her hair. So leave her
Listen,
alone.
or she
Suni.
didn't grow up with Gorilla Glue. I never saw it before. I don't know. Gorillas are strong.
Exactly.
I don't know. That's toxic
Hey, Austin.
masculinity.
Austin, she has a smartphone. What the hell?
No, don't assume
no
she has a
issue.
smartphone. She might not.
Wait a minute.
Hey, throw that. Hey, that right there.
Smartphone
Yeah.
might be
Hey,
old.
confidence, Eric. Confidence can take you far. Because I know there's some couple dudes at work that I'm like, how the fuck, what? And I know some dudes look at me when they see us. They're like, how did you get that? I'm like, because
I was
I got
That's
a
true, that
great,
actually
I got a
happened.
great personality.
I
Not-
guess
not
I'm
saying-
shallow.
Everyone has their own idea of and how I say, yeah, I guess standards. They like everyone has like their
Yeah,
own
standards, morals, and
whatever
wisdom.
I'm
they
not looking
want.
down on anyone ugly though. Okay.
No.
But to act like there's no one ugly in the world, you're
Other than
tripping.
by other than by telling you that you're ugly.
No.
I don't say it though.
No.
Like,
I don't
know,
say
bro.
adults are ugly, but I do call out ugly babies.
Why
You have
you
to.
call a baby but not
You
an
can't let
adult?
the parent think they got a cute baby when they
I'm
got an
just
ugly
saying,
baby.
like,
That's
because
wrong.
when they're little, they're gonna grow up to be cute eventually. Some of them. Some of them.
Stop it.
Yo, that baby ugly as fuck.
Look, I do.
There's some ugly
Suni,
babies that
I
are
hear
cute,
what
though.
you're saying, and I do understand
Yeah.
because there could be like a group of people, and a few of you like see the same thing, and then after that, it just becomes, and whoever connects with that person, they begin to see something different. That doesn't mean that feature wise, maybe there's a few people that see the same thing. It's not their type. It's not what they want. They doesn't
Right.
look, so to them maybe they're ugly in that way, like their features they're not attracted in that sense or whatnot. So I don't disagree with you on that. Just again, in addition to that, like he was saying, in addition to that, what he was saying, it's in the eye of the beholder. I honestly think it comes to down to connection and bond after that.
I like preferences.
Are we
Diane's
talking
preferences,
about relationships
too.
though, or like one night stands? Because if you go out to a
We're
club and
talking
get drunk,
about
you're gonna bring home a four.
relationships.
Yeah.
No, but
We're
you gotta
talking
talk about
about
both sides.
relationships.
Listen, hold on. If you
I-
go
I-
out to
I
the
gotta
club
watch
and
what I
you're
say.
drunk and you're shit faced, you're gonna leave, and you're gonna leave with a pretty,
Hey, what do you mean?
dog-looking person.
Because if I say the
So
wrong
I
thing,
mean,
I'm getting in
it goes
trouble.
both ways. You either bring home, the 10, or you're bringing home the 4 because you had way too many drinks, and then you're waking up the next morning saying, "Oh my God, what did I do?"
Nope. I still have moral standards and weight limits.
My vagina has standards. I'm sorry.
Mine too. Mine
In
too.
preference.
Oh my god! You know what? Chris, thank you for the idea. We should do a series. We should do a show, The Ugly Truth.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That'll be fun.
It
I
will be
agree.
fun. It will be fun,
agree.
and it'll be just about the ugly truth.
So Suni was
Wow.
talking about tattoos. I have a tattoo on my stomach, and it says "Fine Dining."
Oh my
says
god.
Fine Dining.
I could have gone all night without hearing that. Thank you, Austin.
You're welcome.
Okay.
It's an experience.
Okay.
So yeah, so we'll get together.
We were
and we'll
sharing.
do
We
a-
were sharing stories.
Let's do it.
Let's save it for the ugly truth. But I have to jump off because we are supposed. I'm spending some quality time with my boo thing
Because she got a man.
because it's his night off. So,
Do it.
anyways, this was
Do it.
fun.
Do
You
it.
guys know
Do
that I
it.
love you guys, each and every one of you. And
Damn it.
this was good. We did a little bit of both. So we definitely would do a show called The Ugly Truth. That'll be fucking hilarious. So we'll work it out. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like and share the video. I would gladly appreciate it. And we will see you guys soon.
Bye.